Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Hearts of Stone. We're here to play Blades in the Dark. Thank you for joining us on this lovely Saturday afternoon, evening, whatever time it might be for you. We're here to play some games. Thank you for joining us. We'll get in our session here in a second. We're gonna start with our pre-stream announcements and shit here first. Let's see, announcements. Our next regularly scheduled live stream on this channel, I believe, will be Monday. I'll be returning to Red Jenny. We had a bit of a technical snafu last week. One of our players couldn't get their computer working, and so we had to delay. We should be returning tomorrow. Keep an eye on our Discord if you want to, or not tomorrow, Monday. Ugh, what day is it? We should be back on schedule on Monday. The rest of our schedule, though, this week, let me think. I think after that everything should be normal for the next week, except for we will not be playing next Saturday. We're changing our schedule. I'll go ahead and announce this here at the top. I think our next game of Hearts of Stone will actually be on Tuesday of this week. Am I correct in that? Yes. Okay, 16th. Great. We will be playing Tuesday of this week, and then the next time we'll be on is Tuesday the 30th. So we're going to be playing those days to make up for some time we're going to be missing on the next few Saturdays. Join us for that. That will be Tuesday at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Right here, same place. So come hang out. I can't think of anything else that we've got going on right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn things over to my lovely players here to introduce themselves. We are missing Sid today, is traveling, so Salome will be running off with a dog here at the beginning, and we'll get that in a second. But I'm going to go ahead and turn things over to my lovely players here to introduce themselves, talk about who they are, what they do on and off this channel, and who they are playing tonight. I believe starting as always with Van.
Yep, that's me. Hi, I'm Van. You can find me on the internet at Van But Wilder, pretty much wherever you can find people on the internet. I mostly hang out in the Discord and stream on Twitch a few days a week. Here on Mondays, Saturdays twice, and then I'm on twitch.tv/hackrecklessly on Sunday nights. But tonight, I am playing Glass, who is the Whisper.
Hello everybody, it's me, your boy, RJ. Today I'll be playing Fume, the Leech. We both go by he, him. I'm all over the internet at rjustice282 on Twitter, Twitch, that stuff. Come check it out if you like my performance here. DanaeKeener.com.
Speaking of, that just leaves me. Hey everybody, I'm Wings. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com because I am also known as Danae Keener, but today I am known as Grackle, who is the Hound. DanaeKeener.com.
Hi everyone, I'm Val. You can find me at the Kraken's Ground lurking around the internet. I am here Saturdays and Mondays playing running games. Right now in this game I'm running Red Jenny on Mondays, we just talked about. And also this weekend and next weekend, you can catch me as well as Van over on LB Hack Recklessly, doing more Blades in the Dark, because I'm going to be running a little mini series of Blades in the Dark over there with that crew. I'm very excited. Going to be running a lot of Blades this week. Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, back to Sunday. It's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna get so knowledgeable about this system. I finally ordered myself...
And honestly, it's about fucking time.
It's about fucking time. I actually ordered myself a physical copy of the book, finally, after running this game for like 6 months now. I always get so reluctant about ordering myself like physical copies of books, just because I never know if I'm like gonna play something for like 2 weeks and then never play it again. I did pay for my PDF. I just want to put that out there. I am supporting Evil Hat Productions. They do good work, but I did want a physical copy for myself. So I'm very excited about that. That doesn't matter though. Today, we're going to get back into our game. Are you ready to get started? Okay. Previously on Hearts of Stone, the crew of the Obedient Servants started a new job. We had a little bit of fallout after your last job, with Glass being accosted by spirit wardens, Fume getting haunted, Grackle helping her mentor, also assassin friend, to get some medical assistance, and all of you deciding on what your next job would be. There was a bit of some revelations that came to the group in the form of a bit of history with Grackle and Salome, and some prep work or planning they do. You got to see Salome's conspiracy board at the beginning of the last session, with some connections to the Baron, as they had been tracking and planning this this attack or undermining of the Baron's operations for some time now, coming up with some names and potential victims or targets for your vengeance. Wow, the music just really changed here.
Like it.
Let's go back. That's not what we need. That was some Dark Souls level shit that I've had in the tank on my playlist for a while, but we haven't gotten into it. But yeah, so you decided that your next target against the Baron would be the sort of the lifeblood, both figuratively and literally, of the Baron's operations. The captain. What was his name? Captain Theo Panzia, who is the captain of a Leviathan hunting ship. Did I actually give y'all the name of the ship last time?
I don't think so.
I don't think I did. Well,
Is it cool?
Yeah, the name of the ship, I'll just tell you all, it doesn't matter. Ship is the captain of the Cernunnos. It's Cernunnos is the name of the ship. But is the Leviathan hunting vessel that is kind of sponsored by the Baron, or Lord John Meriden as his Christian name, or ecstasy name? That sounds weird. Church name?
Yeah, that sounds like
You mean your
thing.
rave name, right?
Flesh name. It's his flesh
Your government name.
Oh God.
Flesh name is really good.
Your corporeal form.
I like flesh name.
Well, because I was like, how do we turn Church of the Ecstasy of the Flesh into like your Christian name?
You could
And I
have
think
just said your church name. Like it's
Yeah.
I'm going
Yeah,
with your
church
flesh.
name makes the most sense, but flesh name goes hard.
Yeah, the church name was the
Flesh
easy answer.
Isn't that what Cenobites have? They have flesh names?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
flesh names. Okay, I got a question.
Uh-huh.
Are they not just Cenobites? Is this just not like a Cenobite church?
They're
I feel like we've had that. I feel like
we
we've
have had
talked
this
about
discussion.
this.
It,
Oh, okay. All right.
It's not. You're not like wrong. It's not.
Because they do just like full on worship demons.
They
Like,
do worship demons. They do.
Tell me.
The word
Tell me,
ecstasy is
like,
right in there with flesh.
I mean, like, tell me that, like, the Church of the Ecstasy of the Flesh wouldn't look at Pinhead and go, yeah, that
Oh,
guy's awesome.
They'd say
Yeah.
like, that's right. That is
Correct.
Technically, Pinhead's an angel, though. So I don't know if that would actually be against their whole thing,
Angels
or
So are
are-
all demons.
Angels are
That's true.
complicated and they fall.
yeah. I do
like
think.
half their
Mr.
thing.
Lucifer.
Well,
Get back
considering Belphegor, your best friend, was heavily his description was heavily inspired by Pinhead. I think
That's
they'd be totally into Pinhead, and yeah, they are kind of a Cenobite church because they do like everything to do with the body, like hedonistic kind of stuff. It's the spirit that they fucking hate and want to get rid of. So yeah,
As with most churches.
yeah.
The first time in a long time that the church would have endorsed a series of horror movies.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, dude, absolutely.
Anyway, you decided to set your we could derail the recap. We're in for some trouble today. Um
Sis is
the
not here to keep us on.
Nope.
I know. Captain Theo Pansia was as a contact of an important connection to the Baron. You decided to maybe get into his good graces or otherwise infiltrate his social circle by putting him back at the jewelry box, as he used to be a former patron but has not done so for some time, especially since the jewelry box's clientele kind of went downhill. Is now a patron of, or has been connected with, Vreen's hound races over in Night Market. You had learned in some information gathering that had invested in this business, and you decided to do something about that by basically fucking over this upstanding citizen, this small business owner. Master Vreen, and to undermine his industry here. You quickly found that was not the case, though, that Vreen was as much a swindler as any of you, as you did some investigating into his into these hound races, and we began a new score. You had the two objectives of, or currently have the two objectives of getting Vreen's ledgers, essentially like his actual like accounting of the business, to see where the money was going, to maybe present this to Captain Pansia. But also, while you're here, why not rob the dude blind? So you decided to accomplish both of these while you were present, splitting up. You're able to steal some tickets to the private boxes of this facility, glass going up on their own, and utilizing some clever tactics and a lot of lying, were able to get yourself into a adjacent private suite, waiting for a meeting with Vreen, who already had a meeting on the books. Meanwhile, Fume was smuggled downstairs, sort of Ocean's 11 style, in a lockbox that was pulled along by Grackle. You were left in the safe while Grackle sat down to play some cards with the guards that were on duty. And Fume, crawling out of this lockbox, you began to investigate the inside of this strangely constructed, or shoddily constructed, I should say, safe. And you found you were not alone, as a hatch opened up in the ground. You quickly knocked out some poor sod who was coming up with a lantern from a chamber below, and found that he was carrying a sack of coin. And below, a small little room that seemed like this person was basically living in during the day, was filled with pallets of coin, just a shit ton of money. You did a little bit of investigating. I think you kind of botched your survey roll, but with this plan having been in mind for you to steal whatever you could from the safe, you had previously carved out a tunnel basically up to the safe with the help of Smash and Grab. You knocked out the wall and began to pour coins down into this sewer line, basically for Smash and Grab to collect wherever it lets out. And where we left off, Glass heard some struggling in the room next door, that the suite next door that Vreen was in, and heard him shouting for help as he was hoisted over the railing, dangling by his legs over about 40 feet to the bleachers below, and currently holding him there, along with two other beefy Skovlanders, you saw your old friend Ulf Ironborn shouting at Vreen to give him his money. And I think that is it for our recap. So let me put on some music.
Can we get a little reminder of how Ulf currently feels about us? Maybe?
How Ulf feels about you?
Theoretically, he doesn't know about us. We pinned that job on
In
Cobb.
theory, right?
You didn't pin that. That was the job. That was your first job. You didn't know about Cobb at that point. I don't think y'all
dang.
pinned that on Cobb. Y'all pinned some of your later exploits on Cobb.
It's been a while.
That was the job at the you broke into that bar over at the train tracks in Coleridge and stole the Skovlanders stash
Drug stash, yeah.
drug stash there.
Right.
Let me actually get up. Let's see where
I
you're.
clearly remember as I knocked out a guard saying, I can't believe Cobb made us do this.
Yeah.
Y'all are at a -1 status
That's
with
not
Ulf
bad.
Ironborn, so you're not at like. It's not like shoot on sight, but it's not. He doesn't not know who you are.
Give us a minute. We could get there.
Yeah, y'all can definitely get there.
I just want to make sure if I go in there, I'm not just gonna
Like,
get
is he gonna
shot.
recognize you and be like super mad?
That just kind of depends on how you play it. I don't know if he would necessarily know who you were right away.
And
I don't think you've
his
had any-
faction is...
It's just Ulf Ironborn.
It's
He's
just
his own
him, right?
faction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quick, throw on some glasses and Clark Kent it.
How does he feel? Does he have... Who are his friends?
The Skovlanders.
And nobody else?
He's they were allied with the Grinders.
Okay.
There's like some who I believe are dock workers. Actually, let me double check. Former
the
dockers
dockers
and
are their thing.
blood refinery workers. The Grinders are like workers from Skovland, because Skovland is the city or the country that does most of the Leviathan blood refinement, because it is a dangerous and like toxic process that they don't want happening in Duskfall. So they do most of it there to fuck up their place and their country
Before it comes here.
before it comes here.
Okay.
And that's why the Skovlanders, they are hugely antagonistic towards the Empire, as you know, well, whatever your opinions are on that matter. But yeah, so and Ulf Ironborn essentially leads a faction of Skovlanders who want the Skovland to be kind of free from the Empire.
Okay. Thinking of like factions. Do we have any mutual friends? Sorry, I'm asking a lot of questions. Apparently, in the last week, I've forgotten everything about this game.
This is all stuff from like early on, though, so you can be excused.
Yeah, what was your question again?
As far
What
as
was your
like factions go, do we have any mutual friends with old Ulf?
No, not based on.
Great. That
Yeah.
makes this more difficult.
Yeah, I don't think y'all have any mutual contacts.
Ooh,
He's
that's
not
okay.
much friends with any establishment here in Duskfall. So, let's start.
okay, we
with
have a common
Glass
enemy.
here. Yeah, let's start with Glass here. You hear the shouting happening in the room next to you. You could see out of like I don't think you haven't stepped out onto this like balcony here, I'm assuming, because you'd be in full view of them. But you just can hear Ulf yelling a series of profanities at Vreen, accusing him of being a thief, and demanding he give him his money back.
Like 50-50 on do I wait for this to be over and then go back in there? Or do I... Is this room is connected to the other room? Or is just next door?
It's just next door. You have to go back out into the. You'd either have to go back out into the hall and go in through the other door, or you could potentially jump to the next balcony. It's not like a far gap, but you just have to climb over into the next one. But that's where they currently
That's
are.
where they are, though. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And there were guards outside the door.
Yes, there are.
Shit. I think I'm gonna have to wait this one out.
Okay.
And if they kill him, okay.
Okay. I'm just gonna do a fortune roll here and see how this shakes out.
I would like to listen though.
Sure.
If I can like crack the balcony door and kind of hear what's going on. I don't know if that's good for me or bad for me.
If they kill him
usually-
and you need information from him, it's not a problem. You talk to ghosts.
Yeah, there we go.
Fortune rolls typically when they fail are bad for y'all. Yeah, you hear him shaking him down. He says, yeah, skull, Ulf, growling, yelling down, says, all right here, you son of a bitch. You're going to give me every penny that I gave you with interest now. And Vereen is like flailing a bit, like trying to scramble back up, and says, all right. Okay, let's be reasonable here. If you could just pull me back over the edge, we can talk. All this, I promise your investment is going to be returned double, triple what you paid before. Just let's sort this out like businessmen, please. And Ulf yelling down again, I don't think you understand your place, Vereen. I know what you're up to. I've heard everyone on the street talking about what a shady shite operation this is. I want my money now. And you're going to give it to me, or you're going to smash your head all over your pretty stadium. If you look up or down, depending on your perspective there. And Vereen just kind of yelps.
Damn,
a bit,
this
says,
man's also an artist.
I kind of like him now.
Vereen says, okay. You're wanting to negate our contract. That's fine. We can definitely make that work. We just have to sign the correct paperwork. It says no paperwork. We're done with this now. And Vereen says, okay, all right. The money isn't here. It's downstairs. I'll have it collected for you. It says, no, you're not going to weasel your way out of this one. You're taking me down to your vaults, and I'm collecting my money. And Vereen gives just kind of nods first. He says, okay, all right. Just let me back up. Okay, all right. And he's pulled back over onto the ledge. Kind of straightens himself up a little bit. His hair is tousled all over the place. He's like straightening his jacket as one of the Skulllanders kind of pushes him back inside the room. You hear some scuffling. Is kind of muted on the other side of the wall. It says, "Gentlemen, it's all right. We're just having a disagreement of business interests. We're going to resolve this right now." And you begin to hear like some shuffling inside, and the door opens. And it seems like Vereen and the Skulllanders are heading down the hall towards the stairs.
Okay, two things.
Uh-huh.
One, I'm gonna go out on the balcony, and I'm gonna look for the Grackle that's usually following me around.
Okay. And perches on the balcony
That
and just
motherfucker better not be drunk.
it lands. You can see it's got a little ticket in its talon as it's watching the races, and it's just kind of like,
Oh my god.
come on.
Hey.
You know,
It
I
looks
had
over at you, embarrassed, and then it like hides the ticket behind its back.
Oh, I didn't care about that.
Grackle, or what were you saying?
I had a list of Grackle names a while ago. I'm gonna look something up. Carry
Okay.
on. Sorry.
Carrion. Got what?
What?
Like they're
Carry
carrion
on.
birds. Are they not
I was-
carrion birds? Am I wrong
That's
with
how
that?
that's how I react to
K-E-R-Y
puns.
space on.
I don't know.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a quick list to tell me which one you want.
Okay.
Knick-knack, Cashmere, Bric-a-brac, Widdershins, Moonshine, Tweedledee, Callus, Dave.
It's got to be moonshine.
Is there
Okay.
a Tweedledum?
No. Why would there be a Tweedledum?
There's
Obviously.
Tweedledee.
That's just stupid, RJ.
Don't be fool.
So Glass doesn't know how much the birds understand, but is going to try to get across that.
Well, I have just established that it knows how to place bets.
Okay, so I've got the really smart
I feel
one.
like it understands a little
Okay.
bit.
Um,
These are turning very Looney Tunes very quickly.
I
It looks up at you.
need you to warn Grackle that they've got company incoming. I know you understand me.
I don't know what sound a Grackle makes.
Oh, it's
They like
Like a
caw,
big-
right? Like a big caw.
it's a big like eep. It
They
goes like it's
scream.
they sound squeaky. Weirdly enough, they go like, and then they go like,
Oh. All right, I'm just gonna do that noise.
No.
That's the noise I can do.
I know you understand me. I don't know what you're asking for.
Looks down at its ticket, looks back up at you, looks down at the races.
It's just right down there and then fly back up. You're not gonna miss anything. You can fly.
I'm gonna have you do a roll here because normally Grackle has to roll to command these birds.
Okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna have you roll to command.
Can I
this
try to
Grackle.
sway the bird?
No, you're commanding it to do something.
No, I'm asking it nicely.
The Grackles aren't really. You don't sway. I'm having you
You
do the
fucking
same
telling me I
roll.
can't bribe this bird?
No, I'm
Can
telling
you
you
pay
that
one
you.
coin to auto succeed because it's shiny?
All right.
It is a
I'm telling you-
hard sell.
All
And
right.
you're like, oh no, the
these-
Grackles are only trained to do a very specific thing, but this one is also gambling.
This one is specifically trained to go back to you in case of danger.
Mhm.
And that's what I'm asking it to do.
My
Very
head
nicely.
headcanon for these Grackles is they're highly intelligent, but they're little grifters, and they essentially don't want to follow anyone's instructions because they just want to get up to shit on their own. So you're commanding them to do something. I guess if you want to sway, here's what I'll say: if you want to sway, you got to offer this Grackle something right now.
I'll buy you an entire glass of scotch.
Oh my god.
Top shelf. One. You don't need to. It's very high proof, and you're very small. Okay. A double. Top shelf on me.
And it holds out a wing in your direction. All right, go on a roll.
Except
sway.
I have to roll. I'm not gonna push myself for this. I'm sorry. If the bird doesn't do what I say, you guys are on your own.
I swear. Oh, Moonshine. You so silly.
Oh, no!
We'll hop 'em.
Oh,
Double
We'll hop 'em.
ones!
I rolled
Ones.
two ones.
God.
Well,
Actually, I've
whatever.
decided I'm just a bird. Bye.
You realize this whole thing was a hallucination.
That wasn't even moonshine. That was just some bird.
Yeah.
Just some hobo on the balcony. that
Moonshine's
you've
on
been
the
talking
other
to.
side looking at me like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Can you not tell us apart?
Moonshine goes to shake your hand and then looks down at the tracks as their hound has just won the race and lets out a little triumphant squawk and immediately goes down to collect their
Oh,
winnings.
you got to be fucking kidding.
A bunch of grackles fly into a trench coat and mimic a person wandering up to
Yeah. It's just a really like, because they're all like flapping inside the coat, so the coat's just kind of like moving around like this as it goes up to the.
I want to
the
go on
booth.
record that this wasn't my fault. I didn't do any of this shit.
They hold.
Salome leaves, and all of a sudden we're anthropomorphizing Grackles.
You see the ticket dropped on the counter, the money is taken out, and then the trench coat just explodes as all the grackles swarm out, each one grabbing one coin and then flying away. A man just explodes into grackles and collects his money.
This teller has seen worse shit.
What do you mean
little
you let them
fuck.
gamble? Don't you know you can't let them gamble?
All right, fine. If the woman who feeds you dies down there, that's on you. Okay,
So-
that was the first thing.
Okay.
The second thing was my ass is going over to the other balcony.
Okay, that is super easy. You actually
I mean-
climbing over into the other balcony. You peer into this this booth, this suite, and it's empty. The guard that was in here has left. You can vaguely make out the shadow of like feet like outside the door. Like one of the guards has been left at the door, but everyone
But,
else
like,
is
in the
left in this
hall.
room. Yeah, in the hall. This room is currently empty. You see some tables that are turned like the coffee table is like on its side. A couple of the chairs thrown to the side, like Ulf and the Scofflander essentially just like barreled through
Yeah,
the
no,
room
that's great
straight
for
at
me.
Vereen.
I don't
Yeah.
have to worry about making sure everything gets put back. All right, I'm in. I'm grabbing all of the paperwork I can find, and I'm out.
Okay. I think so. You want to search around for? Are you just grabbing what is immediately visible, or are you searching around for what?
No, I'm gonna look because if we're gonna do this, we need to be able to do this. So if I could kind of quickly, let me see, what do I have in here? I guess that's probably. I don't want to do survey. I want to do study, but I don't
I
think
mean,
I
you
can.
could do survey. You could do you could do a tune. You could do.
I could do a tune.
Yeah, if you. I mean, you can use ghost shit. You just have to describe.
Yeah, I
to me,
guess I
Emmett,
can
'cause-
just attune to spirits in the ghost field, channel electroplasmic energy, perceive and communicate with ghosts, understand spectrology.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
what
mean, you just have to
spectrology
tell
is.
me what, because I've been getting into the book again. I kind of want to bring us back to basics a little bit. You can use any ability you want. You just have to pitch to me how you're using that ability. If I don't agree with it, I'll negotiate with you. But I do want you to, I don't want you to feel hemmed in by, what stat
Okay.
seems to.
Sorry, I was looking at spectrology. It's just a study
Yeah.
of ghosts.
Yeah. If
Okay, so if I can attune to, because it's not just ghosts, it's the entire ghost field.
Mhm.
Right? So people and their spirits, even
Mm-hmm.
when they're alive, leave energy signatures.
Sure.
Right? That's how ghosts get stuck in loops, is that they loop through things that they did when they were alive. So I'm going to try to attune to the ghost field
Hmm.
in here and try to try to hone in on the person who spends an awful lot of time here and his energy
Sure.
and try to follow that.
I love it. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, here we
Damn,
go.
you have a 4 and a tune.
I have a 4. I went for it hard in the beginning.
Damn.
Yeah, I leveled up my 2 because it's the one I like to use.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this is you're in a controlled situation right now.
Okay,
And we'll go with standard effect.
standard. Okay, there's got to be a good one in here. Oh, That's 2 6s this time.
That's a crit success.
I'm glad I did the bird thing first.
Yeah. The crit success. You are.
You know what I imagine this looks like. Sorry.
Sure.
Did you?
No, go for it. Yeah, please.
So this is a very specific video game reference, but in the Frogwares Sherlock Holmes games, there's this mini game that you play, where you essentially have gone around the room and you find all the clues, and then Sherlock goes into his mind palace or whatever, and starts to reconstruct a series of events. And as you go around, these they're like phantoms, like start to pop up of like people, like the outline of people and like doing a certain task. They're
Yeah.
like all around the room until he like puts it together, and then it shows a sequence of events. I don't know if anybody but me knows what I'm
Savvy,
talking
that's a
about.
very deep cut because I understand that reference.
But it's so cool. And
It's
they did
very
it in the
cool,
new one
yes.
too. So it's like you have to like sort of go and like focus in on those until you can see somebody like
Wait.
sort of repeating the same action, and then you put them together, and it says all these little phantom brains kind of around.
Which new one? The new one where
Chapter
Watson's
one, where chapter
phantom.
1 where Sherlock is hot and Watson's his imaginary friend.
Yeah.
And he busts out an accordion for some reason during a scene where some guy's getting the shit beaten out of him.
Yeah. So if anybody knows that,
It's a dumb game. I do remember that, and I remember
what?
hitting
No,
with the
that
pepper
game's
snuff.
that game's awesome. Hit it with the pepper snuff.
Hit it with the pepper snuff.
Very fun. I'm very silly, but that's the mental image that I have is just a bunch of different brains,
yeah.
like phantoms of brain, trying to like hone in on like, is one of them like hiding it safe behind a painting, or like where he does his work, and like trying to follow that
Yeah.
energy that he's put out into the universe.
You begin to sort of focus, and using your innate and trained abilities as a whisper, kind of focusing your perception into the sort of into the ghost field, this electroplasmic kind of residue that's left behind by the passage of spirits, anything that's powered by these devices, or by this energy, and to some extent living beings. And you see like the most recent events of Ulf and the Skovlanders. It looked like you weren't able to see this before, but based on with a crit success, I will give you this too. It looks like Ulf had about 8 people with him when he came into this like barge in. You're understanding why the 3 guards that were here didn't really do much in this situation.
That makes sense.
They kind of you clear away and kind of ignore the most recent movements, and you see a lot of like, the silhouette of Vreen sitting at one of these in one of these chairs, Vreen pouring a drink at the counter. Most of them seem pretty normal, but you notice one that is a bit different and catches your attention. There is you see Vreen standing up on there's like a bar in the corner. He's standing up on the bar, pushing at something against the ceiling.
Clever. All right, I'll hop up there.
Yeah, there's actually like a little, you see like tucked under the bar is a little like step stool, and you pull that out, climbing up onto the bar, go to that same spot, you push it, and yeah, the ceiling pushes away here, revealing a compartment inside. And you kind of root around, and eventually your hand hits a small, or like a metal box up there. You slide that out and step down the counter. There is a little lockbox, essentially, that was secreted away up there. It's not that big, probably about 12 by 18 inches or so. and it's pretty flat. Doesn't feel heavy. It's pretty sturdy and is locked. But you can kind of feel something light kind of shifting around inside.
Okay. I want to, before I leave, I want to make sure that like what I need is in here. How about, let's see. Oh, a set of, okay. I'm gonna pull, because I haven't used any load yet. One for my burglary gear, which has like, it's like lockpicks and a small pry bar and a few other things. And if it's just a lockbox, I can't imagine it's that difficult to pop open.
Yeah, you've got
If
a
it's
set
what
of
I'm
burglary
thinking of.
tools.
Yeah, so I can bring burglary gear. It's like,
I'll tell
yeah,
you what,
a set of lockpicks, a small pry bar, vials of oil to silence squeaky hinges, a coil of wire, and fish hooks, a small pouch of fine sand.
Yeah, I'll say if you burn one of your load for the burglary gear, I'm not going to make you roll.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna just real quick try to pop it open.
Yeah, this is not it seems like there is a small lock on it. It seems like something that, again, is mostly the biggest security on this was its location. The safe itself is not like overly secure, or the lockbox itself isn't overly secure. Yeah, you're able to take the small pry bar, you just pop the padlock off of it, and you're able to open it up, and inside is a leather bound like a portfolio with a number of some of them have been kind of shook loose as you lowered it down, but you're able to kind of push them back together. There are papers, there's some contracts that are tapped in, are tucked in, but a lot of this is a ledger. You probably, unless you want to take some time to study it, but this seems to be some bookkeeping that Vreen was keeping.
And that he was keeping hidden. That's enough for me. All right, I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna close the box. I'm gonna put the box and the broken lock back.
Okay.
Just for an extra level of,
Sure.
It'll take him longer to figure out that it's gone. I'm gonna tuck the stool away. I'll do a quick peek through the drawers and stuff to see if there's anything valuable I can take. Like a nice.
There's some. I mean, some things you might consider valuable. There's some nice like a silver cigar cutter and some other little fine things you'd keep at the bar. Some crystal glasses, things like that. Nothing.
Yeah, I don't want to take anything breakable, but I'll take anything that's like silver or like any like jewelry that he's left in here,
Sure.
or whatever his man was. I just like tuck those in a pocket because they're small. Okay. Put the box in the lock back, replace the tile, tuck the step stool away, and I'm gonna go out to the balcony and around.
Okay.
I'm gonna tuck the journal into the wine-stained jacket that I promised that man I would have clean. I'm gonna drape it over my arm. I'm going to leave.
Okay. You step out. You see a rather kind of nervous-looking guard standing at the other door. Sees you come out and says, "Oh, I'm very sorry. Master Dreen will be a bit longer. His meeting seems to have gone long.
Yes, I heard some raised voices and things. It's not a problem. I can't wait for any longer. But I'm sure Captain Panzia will understand. I'll come back another day.
Right. Oh, okay. I'll let Master Vreen know, and we'll reschedule for next week.
Yeah, nonetheless, I appreciate your time.
Thank you for being understanding.
Of course. It's not our fault what our masters get up to, eh?
Right that.
Hopefully the rest of your day is calm.
It just gives a nervous smile.
Good luck. And I'm good to leave. I'm gonna go away from here.
You head back downstairs. All right. Well, while all that was going on, we're gonna see the state of things downstairs. Let's see. Fume is in the safe, throwing money into a hole, and Grackle is playing cards.
Go fish.
Let me think. The we're gonna start this with Grout because I think Fume, you were just trying to get as much money out of this safe as possible, right?
Essentially, yeah.
Okay. Um, Grackle, you hear, along with some of the other guards who, like, in the middle of this poker game, begin to, like, lay down their cards as they hear some sort of commotion going outside. You hear, like, the dogs begin to bark a bit louder, and you hear the shuffling of footsteps coming down the steps and down into that kind of what's the word I want to look for down here? Down where, like, the kennels are. And you hear some voices, some gruff voices in yelling and just some sort of commotion going on outside. One of the guards that's sitting at the table with you says, son of a bitch. That doesn't sound good. Let's check that out. This hand will have to wait. And one of the other guards says, oh, come on. You're just doing that because you know you're about to lose this one, all right? You just finish out the hand. We'll deal with that in a second. Says, Vereen's gonna have our asses if we don't deal with it now. If it is something important, all right? The hand will be here when it's here. Just don't touch anyone's cards. And begins to stand up. A couple of the other guards begin to get up too. What does Grackle do?
She's gonna stand up, like, all right, like, this is what we're doing now. We are all a unit.
You go with the other guards.
We are going to respond to this together.
All right, you and this group of guards head out from the vault, and you see coming down the stairs is Vereen being dragged along by a couple of beefy Skovlanders, about 8 in total, carrying weapons. You see some of them have some, like, some blackjacks. Some of them have some and most of them have, like, pistols on their hips too. They look very well armed, very angry, and at the forefront of all of them, you see Ulf Ironborn.
Shit. Okay.
I'll give you a moment to
So-
decide what Grackle does and react before this maybe escalates.
Yeah. Grackle kind of, like, gives a sigh, and realizes that she needs to indicate to Fume that there's something going on out here. So what she's gonna do is say a little louder than she ought to. What in Sam hell you look about as out of place as a polar bear in a desert?
What are those two things?
Deserts exist. I lived there, ass.
I'm just debating. You know what? I already established the safe as being shoddy in construction. You can definitely hear outside. You hear kind of the commotion outside. You're pouring out. I mean, you've gone through a lot of, like, a couple bags of corn. There's a lot here, and it would take some time to get all of it out. You've gotten through a fair chunk of it, but as you are working on your latest batch, pouring it down this hole in the wall, you hear this commotion outside. You hear, like, the guards moving, and then you hear Grackle kind of muffled, unmistakable voice yelling something colloquial.
Oh god.
I see. She's saying something very local.
Yeah.
Well, pausing from, like, emptying the contents of a chest into the chute that they've made, Fume will lay it down, walk over to the door, and crack his knuckles. He goes to a vial in his bandolier and just smashes it against the seam of the door, like the safe wall and the safe. he's going to use a binding oil, which permanently fuses two surfaces until dissolved by alkahest or electroplasm.
So you are sealing the door closed.
Yes.
In the meantime, Grackle is going to take on the affectation of a country bumpkin that points out the obvious a lot. And she's like, well, aren't you Ulf Ironborn?
God, I love this bit. Oh, this is great.
Where I'm from, Farm Planet.
Farm Planet. That's
You
it.
see
I'm
everyone-
Noodle. You can't take it back.
Everyone just kind of stops and looks.
That's
at
Ulf Ironborn, isn't it?
and Ulf looks at you and says, "Right, that's me. Do I
Oh my
know
God.
you?"
No, I was just checking.
Oh my god!
Sid, help!
That's gonna be my quote for the day. Wow, I'm just checking.
Just checking.
Just checking. I imagine that, like, after you just say that, you just walk back in your trailer sipping your Pabst.
Oh my god!
Dear God.
The Vreen is pushed forward and says, "Right, that's we don't need any pleasantries or anything. Mr. Ironborn here is here to make a withdrawal of his funds. Everyone just stand down, please."
We're gonna get this guy killed.
As he pushes forward, he says, "I just need to open the safe, and we will get you your money, sir." As he moves to the safe and takes out a set of keys and unlocks it. You hear a thunk as he unlocks it, and then he grabs the safe door and pulls, and it doesn't move. He pulls. He pulls. He said, "Don't. Can you please? It seems the door is stuck. Please help." As he gestures to the guards, a couple of the guards who go over to the door. They begin to pull at the door too. A couple of them, as they're yanking at it, and you see Ulf beginning to get kind of antsy as he looks at Vreen and says, "What are you up to, Vreen?" He says, who returns and says, "Nothing. It seems the door is stuck. We're going to we just need to get it open. Sometimes it just takes a bit more. Just pull harder, damn it." And they say, "Sir, I'm trying as hard as I can. It's just it's really stuck." And as they're pulling on the door, excuse me, it's just if you went to go upstairs and place some bets, maybe while we're trying to work out things down here. It says, Ulf, in a flash, draws a pistol and points it at Vreen's head and says, "You have 10 seconds to get that door open, or I'm shooting." 10. Vreen turns around and says, "Open the door, open the door, open the door."
Can I hear this conversation through the wall?
Yes, you can.
All right. Well, Fume's going to pat the top of the chest with the unconscious guy in it. Well, for you, my friend, this is a case of being very unfortunato, and he'll turn to the hole in the wall and begin shimmying through it.
I understood that reference.
You begin to shimmy down the hole, and you're just going down the tunnel.
Could I expend a load to say that I have a pry bar to pull the wall back into place?
Okay, so like bending the metal back.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll say you can do that. Do you have do you have burglary tools? You probably
I
have
have
something like
burglary
that.
gear, yeah.
Yeah, so you can use that. That's fine. You bend that back, and Fume slides out of this heist as he heads to the tunnels.
Aruga.
And on the other side of the door, 5, 4. Breed says, "Oh, it's not working. Shoot him!" As he turns around, yells the other guards, and immediately everyone's weapons are drawn. Grackle, what do you do?
Just, God damn it. She hits the dirt.
Immediately guns are drawn, pistols begin to fire, dogs are barking in the distance. They're all out of harm's way. All this firefight's going on in
It's several rooms
part.
away through several layers of brick and mortar.
Yeah.
God damn it, Val will open a fucking dog track, but will not kill them.
I will not kill them. The gunshots begin going off. Grackle, I think I need a roll from you to try to avoid taking harm here.
Sure is a good question. What is a roll to avoid harm?
That's up to you. I mean, what you think might be probably something in the finesse or in the prowess category. We could also just do, well, I guess no, this isn't really, I haven't given you so I don't think this is quite a resistance roll yet. I could give you a
You could leverage like a prowl, like to keep your head down, pretend you're a dead body.
Or just a skirmish just to like lose herself in the fight and like
get out of there.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to like try to skirmish to get to like GTFO right now, assuming like, that Fume might have a way out.
So like I'm thinking about it. I'm like in terms of like, I don't know, like a saloon brawl, like if Grackle found herself in one of those, she wouldn't be the one like on the ground crawling her way out. She would be the one busting like chairs over
kicking
people's
a table
heads.
Into someone to push them back, and then using the table as cover as you run towards the door.
Yes, she gets out by fighting.
Okay, I like that. You want to fight your way out right now? Then yes, skirmish would be your bet.
Oh my god.
I think this is a desperate action. You're in a bad spot right now.
If you say so.
Through sheer happenstance. But I'll give you standard effect on this.
All right, desperate. My name's Grackle, and I'm not attuning. I am skirmishing. Let's skedaddle, shall we? That is a success.
That is a success with a 6. So there is and there was a firefight as pistols are drawn, guns being fired, you're shouting panic. Vreen like has like dove under the card table and is just shrieking. The Skovlanders, I mean, initial guns are fired, and then immediately like, turning to like fisticuffs, people charging, wrestling around. Grackle, you like crack one guy in the jaw with an elbow, tackle another to the ground, rolling to the side as a blow comes down on the back of the guy you rolled over. It's a full like John Wick style.
Takes off up the guy's back, takes like several shots from gunfire.
Takes off her hat to like block somebody's vision, and then punch them and put her hat back on.
Yeah, throwing your hat in the face and punching them through. I love that. And in the chaos, even with the fight still kind of raging, you're able to make a break for it. You bust out of this room towards the doors. You look out into towards the kennels, and you hear shrieking and panic from there, and the sound of barking growing quieter in the distance as all of the cages are open and the dogs are making making a break for it onto the tracks. You hear yelling from upstairs as you run up into the betting area where there's just panic right now. People trying to collect their winnings, people who had been placing their bets, grabbing their money over the tellers. One of the tellers
Grackle's
just
diving for the coin.
Grackle's diving for coins. Just full chaos. Glass, you come down the steps at this moment. Just as you're hitting the bottom of the stairs, it is just like full chaos here right now. Somebody announced, the announcer at the dog track is yelling for everyone to calm down, but you can hear gunshots from below you. There are dogs just running loose on the track as they kind of run up into the stands and are running out into the streets. It's just like full chaos as you see Grackle dressed like one of these guards coming running up from the below, or the facility below.
In the chaos, I just sort of walk past the bar, just reach down, grab just a very nice bottle of scotch, and just walk out. Very calmly.
You and Grackle just push your way out. You're out of danger at this point. You still hear chaos
I
below.
follow the path that Grackle is cutting through these people. I just walk very calmly. Oh dear. Exciting day we're having. Yeah, yes, all right. Until I get outside and I can drop the auditor persona.
Just like looking around, seeing like all of the Grackles diving for coins, and she's like, God damn it, did you let them gamble?
Listen. No. You and Moonshine need to have a talk, is all I'll say about this.
All the Grackles
situation.
are grabbing coins, and you see them all flying up to the roof where they're dropping down the coins and then flying back down to get more. And perched at the edge of the roof, literally, is Moonshine just chewing on a cigar.
I had nothing to do with this.
Just grab them by the elbow and escort them out.
Okay. I am
head
Grackle
out
the
for the
bottle of
facil-
scotch as like a half apology. There you go. Seems you had a much worse time today than I did.
The two of you calmly making your way out of the facility reach the canal that runs to the west side of the facility where that drainage pipe comes out. You head down some steps where there's a boat waiting for you, a soggy looking Fume with a couple of bags of, I imagine, Fume, you spent this time just like gathering up like the bags of coin that you
Essentially,
had
I
dumped.
think he had also taken that bag the guy had and has separated it away because that was suspicious.
Okay. Yeah, you take the bags, you're trying to mark them the best you can, and dump them into the just sacks of coin into the back of this boat, throwing a blanket over them onto this gondola as Grackle and Glass climb inside, and you push off down the canal
A little bit
from the
bewildered
racetracks.
looking at Fume because Grackle was fully expecting that she was going to have to go back for.
But I can take care of myself.
Why are you wet?
I crawled through the sewers.
Oh, I see.
I had to alkahest the door shut to give me some more time to get out.
Well, good news. Pull the ledger out.
Ooh, knowledge.
I suppose we should wait till we get back to go through it.
Yes, let's not look too conspicuous now. Smash, grab, shall we be away?
Smash
Smash doesn't talk, so it's all grab.
Yeah, Grab says, right, let's get going. And she pushes off, and you head off down the canals. Another score completed.
Apologies about the Scovelanders. I did try to send a warning.
They're Scovelanders. I couldn't tell.
You and Moonshine really need to have a talk.
Grackle whistle for him.
No, not now. I don't want to look like a snitch.
some whistle as the grackles take off from the roofs. You see your birds are flying a bit awkwardly as they're all carrying just like talons stuffed full of coins as they're laden with their spoils. You see coins kind of like dropping down into the water around you, the ones that that are falling loose, and they are they're making their way back to the jewelry box.
God.
Some kid on the street is gonna buy so much mushroom candy.
Perhaps our first big turf game, being a gambling den, was a mistake.
Can't let them gamble. They'll
Didn't
be
know
Twitter
Grackle-
pated for weeks.
Didn't know Grackles had such addictive personalities.
You have no idea.
All right. Well, that is a successful job, y'all. Let's do our payoff. God. That honestly ended a bit more a bit easier than I thought it was going to. I was worried that we were going to get into a big old fight there.
Why would we participate when we can let the Scovelanders take the blame for everything that's happened here today?
Exactly.
So true.
Okay, let's talk payoff from this job. So your crew earns 2 rep for this job. This was not a tier higher than yours. This was not a this was about equal to your tier, so it's just gonna be a flat 2 rep.
We only
And
need
then
2
let's
more.
let's
Fellas.
talk coin. So as you return back for the evening or get back to the jewelry box, Fume, you take some time to inspect your earnings. And I'm sure, as some of you might have guessed, the bag of coin that the guy was carrying up the steps, or that was bringing up the ladder, is counterfeit. It's like plated like steel, essentially. As well as any of the coin that you got from the vault itself. The only coin that was real was the coin that was being kept down in the pallets below. So you do, the Grackles probably got most of the coin from this job,
I
and the
stole some
coin that
stuff.
y'all confiscate from the Grackles afterwards is probably where you get most of your loot. But some of the coin you did get from the lockbox, especially the lockbox you came in with, Fume, was real. So you did get some solid loot, just not like the absurd amount that you might have been hoping for.
I have a question.
Yes.
Does this count as espionage or sabotage?
Oh, interesting. It was kind of espionage. You were going into this mainly to gather information.
Because of the covert drops, we get 2 extra coin for those 2.
Oh, cool. Okay. Well, what I will say is your total, your base coin for this was going to be 6 coin. And then we'll do 2 extra because it was espionage. So there'll be 8 coin total that y'all can divide up. If y'all are going to divide that evenly amongst you, I will just mark 2 coin on Salome's sheet.
It's
and
just
the rest
whether or
of
not
it-
we want to put any more in the vault.
Yeah, that's a good question. Do you all want to put any in the...
We have 8 in there right now, and we have 8 more spots available.
I'll just take 1 coin to put a coin in stash. Or vault, sorry.
I will do the same.
I will
Okay.
do the same.
You
All
don't
right.
have to. But if you wanna.
Wait, where's coin on the sheet? I haven't used these sheets.
It's under progression.
Yeah, progression.
Progression. Okay. What's on under every other one? So I'm gonna put 2 coin in Salome's, and then
Okay.
she can and Sid can decide next time whether she wants to take one of those coin and put it in the vault or add it to her stash. or
That'll
something.
work. So that's 8. So we've got 11 right now as a crew.
Cool. Y'all are moving on up. The next thing. Also, you should remember too, at this point, especially if y'all have like on your character sheets, if you have stash, like for how many like levels of stash you have, you can use your stash to make rolls. Like if you don't want to be, if you want to like throw your money around a
If you
bit,
don't want to like sway or anything and you have enough.
yeah, you don't have to spend the money. You roll equal to the stash that you have. Well, like you roll a number of dice equal to the like tiers. So if you're
So
a poor
far,
soul,
I would have poor soul filled out. I would roll 1 dice.
you'd roll 1 die. Yeah.
It has to be
if you have meager
full.
full. Yes, it has to be full.
Gotcha.
Yeah. For each full row that you have, it gives you 1 dice to using your stash to like the main, like a lot of times you'll be using it to like acquire something or to like bribe somebody. But if there's anything else that you think like, yeah, I think some money, my lifestyle, my funds would cover this, then you can roll for that too. So something to keep in mind.
Cool.
Red.
Let's talk. Let's see. I don't think y'all are going to pay any bosses on this. I don't think y'all want to pay the boss of the night market because that would be the Baron. So if you're going to pay
No
coin
thanks.
there. All right, let's talk heat.
It was pretty quiet on our part.
Yeah, so 0 heat is smooth and quiet, low exposure. 2 heat contained, standard exposure. 4 heat, loud and chaotic, high exposure. 6 heat, wild, devastating exposure.
But again,
would
the
say
only chaos was not from us.
Yeah, we did not instigate it at all. It was incidental to our involvement.
That was fortune rolls, baby.
There
We
might have
didn't
been
do any
a
of that.
little instigation on my part.
Yeah, a little bit at the end there, yeah.
I only punched as much guys as I needed to get out of there.
Yeah.
That is true.
Like, Grackle would have been the only one that was like seen to be a part of this, and she was disguised.
I mean, if y'all want to start at 0 heat, I'm comfortable to say that, like, that went pretty smooth and quiet for y'all. Like that, there was some chaos there at the end, but I don't think that wasn't necessarily y'all's doing.
Ulf did that.
So I'm fine with starting at 0. We are going to add a little bit of heat though. So we're going to do, he's not really a high profile or well connected. Vreen is very, very not connected at this point. Now that after what has happened. So I won't give you that. I am going to give you 1 heat because the situation happened on hostile turf. Night market is pretty hostile to y'all right now.
Yeah.
There was no killing involved, so we're just gonna go with 1 heat.
Okay.
Easy.
We're at 2 total.
Y'all are capable of doing jobs where we don't rack up like 6 heat.
Yeah.
This was a filler episode. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's what this was all about, was
Yeah.
to not draw as much
Well,
heat.
this was basically a setup job too. Like y'all ran this job to set up for your next one. So this is this was good. Let's see. So
Here's a question. Did we manage to get that gambling den?
you
Or
already
is
had
this
a
just
gamble.
a set? Oh,
The,
you mean
the tavern.
that we were gonna get it for a tavern. Actually, my pitch here is like, since it's got all of these like box seats and everything, let's make it into a
y'all want to actually like take control of the game?
Yeah, that was the
Vreen's place.
that was
I
part
thought
of it, yeah.
I thought y'all wanted to like essentially ruin that place to set up the
jewelry box
jewelry
to be
box
the premier place to be.
to get him to come
I
back.
think it'd be a little hard to manage too, because that's in night market and we're based off in
Yeah.
Shore.
You know,
I'm gonna say
you're right.
y'all have probably driven out Vreen's business at this point, especially depending on what y'all do with the ledgers you have stolen. If you make those
Yeah, because
public
we
or
wanted
not.
to sink him so we could then swoop his investors.
Yeah,
That does make more sense.
yeah.
It's
Carry
coming
on.
back to me.
Yep,
So,
yep,
but
yep.
if that is a place y'all wanted to like acquire as your turf, that would be something pretty different. Like we'd have to do something else for that. Y'all have to make some moves there because not only
Okay.
is that hostile turf completely across Dustfall from y'all, but it would be pretty challenging to hold on to. So,
I hadn't considered the locale.
yeah.
And for
Oh.
some reason, just like every job to me is like, yeah, we're gonna take that. That's ours now.
All right. So now I'm gonna roll for entanglements.
I
Is
walk
that
in and
old
I
Fire
start
and
picking out.
Fist?
I
Now,
walk in, I immediately start planning the renovation. I'm all like, we're gonna put the curtains over there.
this one you have to roll twice, and we get to keep the one we want.
That is correct. Yeah. The other question I have, what is y'all's wanted level right now?
2.
2.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll a number of dice equal to your wanted level. That's too many.
I clearly said 2.
And we're gonna take the higher result here. How many heat are y'all at?
We are at 2 heat also.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, we had reset our heat a little bit last time.
Yeah.
We've done the work.
So I'm going to roll. The first one
Hey.
is a 6.
Hey.
Isn't that bad for
is-
entanglements?
That's bad for entanglements.
Oh, okay.
But roll again.
A 6 is this one. Well, I want to tell you what it would be first. This one is cooperation. A +3 status faction asks you for a favor.
Oh.
Agree to do it or forfeit 1 rep per tier of the friendly faction or lose 1 status with them. If you don't have a +3 faction status, you avoid entanglements right now. I don't think y'all have a +3. I'll have to check. So that one would be nothing happens if you chose that one.
Okay.
Which is a plus for us. Right
Yeah.
now.
Because last time we got 2.
So
Oops.
let me see what
Ghosts
the
and
other one would be.
retaliation.
That's actually very interesting that a 6 is basically good.
Well,
Well,
I
I
rolled,
happened
guess we don't get a
again.
choice.
I rolled a 6. So let me check to make sure, but I don't think I've marked any faction as +3 with y'all. Y'all increase the status of a faction by like doing work for them, and y'all really haven't approached many people to like do work for them. You've mostly been
Just the
working
red
on.
sashes.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually. Oh, let me check. Y'all might be +3 with the red
I think
sashes.
we're +2 with the red sashes.
You might be.
Because we only did like 1 or 2 jobs for them.
It's good to check at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just clicking down the list here. You're -2 with the ink rakes.
Yeah.
-1 with
I'm working
Iron
on
Rake.
that. That's the next part of the plan.
You're +1 with the Leviathan Hunters, +1 with Lord Skurlock.
I'm not gonna lie, having like negative reputation with the ink rakes makes me very nervous.
Y'all are 2 with the red sashes.
Okay.
Listen, I'll do a job for Lord Scorlock. That's no problem with me.
Yeah, you have not reached +3 with any faction yet.
I have an idea for the
You have a
engravings.
couple that. Yeah. Okay.
So nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Huzzah.
Huzzah.
I love that for us.
All right. Let's. You want to do your downtime activities?
Yeah.
We got to roll for the thing. Hang on. We get more
For the
more
thing.
money.
Oh, right.
Gambling den tier roll minus heat.
2 minus 2.
Who want to do it?
I'll do it. How many dice
Usually
am I rolling?
Salome does this.
I know.
Wah.
I do it.
So we roll our tier, which is 1.
Wait.
Okay.
Just 1 dice.
Right? Because
Yeah.
our tier is 1, so we would just roll 1 die.
Yeah, this
I don't
is.
know. Sid usually does it.
Oh.
1
Womp womp.
minus.
Indeed.
Yeah, we don't get any extra money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I gotta
okay.
get
But
these
this is
low rolls
why
out of
we
the
want to.
way.
This is why we want to increase our tier so that we make more money off of this.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly. Which y'all are working on. I forgot what it is. Y'all just need more rep, I think, at this point to increase.
Yes,
your,
our rep track has
like-
to be full, but we're only 2 off from that because we have enough coin.
Yeah.
Ooh, we're very
since,
close then.
Yeah, since we we cut the coin in half because we have a patron. We're
Yeah.
tiering up.
Yeah.
So yeah, all we have to do is get 2 more rep, and we can get up to a stronghold, and then
Everyone say thank
roll
you,
back
Lord
over.
Scorlock.
and then the next time we fill up the rep track, we can tier up. If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I think we talked about at the beginning of
Yeah.
last session.
So if we hit a couple of jobs real hard, it shouldn't take us that long.
Yeah, I mean, well, your minimum rep that you get is 2, so and you just need 2 more. So 1 more job, and you'll be able to tier up.
No, that's what I was saying. Is that because we talked about this last time because our hold is weak.
So we have to get to stronghold.
So we
and
fill up
then-
our rep track, and we can go up to strong, and then we'd fill
And
it up
then fill
again, and we can tier
That's
up.
right. That's right.
Oh my gosh, I never.
We're learning how to play this game.
Sorry,
Oh,
I forgot to take my playbook XP back down after I picked my new move. I was like,
Oh.
did I forget to level up? No, I did. I just didn't click the button.
All right, let's do downtime.
rad.
I'm not
So-
fucking touching my stress. I only have
Yeah,
2. I'm not touching it.
Yeah, I would not roll if you have 2 stress.
I'm gonna roll.
Not after
Yeah,
last time.
you got more than 6. I'm gonna roll 2. I have 4, so there's a chance that I'll overindulge.
Mhm.
But I've never done that before, and it would be kind of fun.
I had 5 last time, and I fucking overindulged.
Not by much. Yeah, cut off.
Okay, so yeah, 2 of you are then using one of your actions to indulge your vice to reduce stress.
If Sid isn't here, does that mean we don't get Salome's perk of being able to do 1 free?
Uh,
1 free downtime action.
Here's what we'll do. I'm gonna have Salome do her downtime actions when she's here next week, and
Okay.
That
there will
makes
be a
sense.
free one
Yeah.
floating around next week when she
Cool,
does
cool.
it.
That makes more
Um,
sense, yeah.
So
Good luck,
we'll see
everybody.
where things are going and how far we get into stuff. I'm assuming we won't start another job here today, but who the fuck knows with y'all? So y'all might decide let's do a quick job.
Hey,
yeah, we'll
fill out that last 2 rep.
yeah, I'll go to stronghold. Okay, yeah, go. I see you have yours lined up, Fume. So go ahead and roll your vice.
Yeah. Let's see how
Or-
downtime activities shakes out first.
So that
I'm
leaves
at
you with 3.
Perfect spot, yeah.
Okay. So what was your vice against stupor? So you get into your drug box, right?
Well, I had to take apart the drug box for the hull.
You did.
So now he's at Melvier's getting high under supervision.
Okay. Okay.
Basically
just talking about stuff.
I love how I've basically bequeathed my my friendly to you.
Steiner walks in, we're both high out of our minds.
Yeah. Oh man, I like the image of 2 of you are high, like having what, like probably like, well, you've got your dream smoke, so that's basically
Green smoke and like mushroom chips, just like
Yeah.
on some bean bags.
Aw.
Steiner comes in, stands in the doorway as the 2 of you are like laughing about something, and then like the 3 of you lock eyes for a moment, and then we smash cut to now Steiner sitting beside the 2 of you, also high.
It's for his glaucoma.
And so
Yeah.
the blue coat asks me, "How high are you?" And I said, "No, sir, it's hi, how are you?"
Stop. It's dumb.
You laughed.
I did. That's that's why I said it was dumb. I laugh at dumb things.
Ugh. Okay. Grackle, you wanted to also
Yeah.
indulge your vice?
Yeah. Watch this. It's not gonna happen. It literally never does. Nothing interesting happens to Grackle. Not me literally tempting fate on purpose. Go! Yeah!
Yay!
Yay!
Oh boy. Yeah, you rolled 2 dice too, so so yeah, that.
A 6. A 6.
All right, let's talk about overindulging.
Time to make a bad call.
All right. Select an overindulgence from the list. You either attract trouble, you get to decide which one you want to do. You select and roll for select or roll an additional entanglement. I guess I get to select one. Maybe I didn't even read that last time. We don't. I don't have to roll for it. I can just choose one.
Wait, do you choose one or does Grackle choose one?
Or do I choose entanglement and then you choose which one? What are
wording
possible?
Seems like it is you get to select one.
Oh my god!
You just pick.
Actually, need to look these up.
Dang,
now.
I could have chosen.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, I missed that last time. So either attract trouble, brag, you gain 2 heat. Lost, your character disappears for a while. Or tapped, your current purveyor cuts you off, and you have to find a new source for your vice.
I will say we only have 2 heat right now, and I haven't done anything. And I was planning on maybe trying to get rid of a couple anyway.
The entanglements you'd be looking at.
Yeah, it says select/roll an additional entanglement. So it seems like you have the choice.
Yeah. So the entanglements that you have options to select would be, so you get to choose. Yeah, you get to choose one of these 5. So it's gang trouble, usual, which is we'll just go through one at a time. Gang trouble is one of your gangs causes trouble due to their flaws. Y'all don't have any. Well, nope. Y'all have a cohort, don't you? Isn't the Grackle? Aren't the Grackles a cohort?
The Grackles are my cohort. Yes, they count as a cohort.
One of your gangs or other cohorts causes trouble due to their flaws. You can lose face, where you have to forfeit rep, or make an example of one of your gang members, or face reprisals from the wronged party. So we'd have to say that the Grackles did something, and then you had to decide whether you lose rep, have to make an example of one of your Grackles, or face reprisals from the person that they fuck over. Usual suspects, I think this one, somebody in the periphery of your crew is grabbed by the blue coats. One player volunteers a friend or vice purveyor. We make a fortune roll to find out if they resist questioning, or pay the blue coats off with 1 coin. And then there's rivals or unquiet dead. We've dealt with both of those before. I think y'all are familiar with those. Rivals is like somebody steps in on your turf. I think that is a neutral faction, throws their weight around. Unquiet dead is the rogue spirits and shit. And then cooperation is one we just did before, which I guess you could select that one and have nothing happen again, which seems like cheating, but
yeah. I mean, I went out of my way to try and overindulge. Gang trouble or usual suspects. Let's see, what is usual suspects? Blue coats grab someone in the periphery of your crew. 1 player volunteers a friend or a vice purveyor as the person most likely to be taken. Make a fortune roll to find out if they resist questioning, or pay off the blue coats with 1 coin. Gosh, like, gang trouble makes the most sense in terms of what just happened in our previous gig, right? Like, having to get the fucking Grackles back under control makes the most sense to me.
yeah, that does make sense. They're kind of going crazy right now in some stupid RP that we've established.
Incredible.
Only you can make it canon.
It's true. And I don't want to forfeit rep because we're trying to build that up right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to make an example of moonshine.
How do you make an example of moonshine?
He goes into a cage. He gets a
In
timeout.
lockup.
Oh man. Okay. So
essentially, it's like he has to go in a cage in Grackle's bedroom, and he doesn't get like left in there 24/7. That would be like cruel and unusual. It just means that he gets a lot of one-on-one training time with Grackle. But it's
Okay.
also considered like a position of shame in the flock.
He has to
Yeah.
go to remediation.
Yep.
You go into the room and Moonshine is just sitting, is like perched against the wall in the cage, throwing a pellet against the wall and catching it.
Oh.
Is it's gonna need some reforming. It's getting used to life on the inside now. Yeah.
Gotta go to. He's got a mandated 12-step program for gambling.
Yeah.
Sitting in a circle of 12 other Grackles, drinking coffee, and
Oh my god. We're gonna have to do like a Honey High style one
Yeah.
shot at some point that's just the Grackles doing a job.
yeah. So
I
for the
volunteer
next,
Van to run that at some point.
You
I'm
got
gonna
it.
say for the
I'm on
next
it.
job, Glass gets a replacement Grackle, because Moonshine needs to be
Okay.
retrained essentially.
Poor Moonshine.
Poor Moonshine. Who's the replacement Grackle for Glass?
Hey, Moonshine made their own choices.
It's true. Let's say that Knick-Knack is your replacement Grackle for now.
Alrighty.
Okay. All right. This is fucking hilarious. This has turned into a
It's
whole
very
thing
good
now.
content
Yeah.
for me personally. I'm having a great time.
Okay.
It's gonna be terribly tempting just to choose gang trouble every single time I overindulge. Can't let me do that. Can't let me do that.
I'm gonna do my best to keep that. I'm probably actually I need to check because I don't think. Well, gang trouble's only an option if your heat is between 0 and 5. 6+, it's not an option. So I guess it just depends on where you're at.
Okay.
Damn. Okay. Let's go ahead and continue with the stuff. I guess Glass, you haven't done one yet.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to knock out the 2 heat that we have.
Okay.
Try to reduce those.
Okay.
Get those out of here. Start clean on the
Skedat-
next one.
Skedaddle with that heat.
So you're going with reduce heat.
Yeah.
So you make an action roll. It's not. You can say whichever one you want, or you can pitch whatever idea you want, depending on what Grackle tries to do. Or not Grackle, Glass. Sorry.
I was like, wait, what's happening? Okay, and I will say the other, because of slippery, we get an extra die to any reduce heat rolls too.
Oh, nice. Okay. Forgot about that.
So
Remember that. We picked that up because we had a lot of heat.
yeah, yeah. Well, because that's also what lets us do the rolling twice for entanglements thing. They're both wrapped up in that move, and I love this move. It was a good choice.
It was a good get, honestly.
I think I'm
All
gonna
things considered.
I'm gonna just do some old-fashioned framework, and try to sneak around and maybe plant some false evidence some other places and
Okay.
direct that heat somewhere else.
We pinning it
Okay.
on Cobb.
Redirect.
Just continuing, this criminal mastermind Kov is never seen, but is responsible for all these crazy jobs going on.
Shouldn't have
around.
fired Will.
We're plumping up that bounty like a Christmas goose.
Yeah.
So I'd like to just skulk around.
Okay. So what are you
Some
looking
old
at, Val?
fashioned Skyrim, plant a bunch of rings in a bunch of people's chests.
You want to do prowl then?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And then roll with an extra die.
you
If you go to adjustments.
Yeah, I got it. This is not desperate.
No, it's just risky.
What is it that the Pav says in Baldur's Gate? It's time to skulk about.
Mm-hmm. I've got to 6.
So 6, that means you reduce 3 heat.
That's all of them.
Sweet.
They're all gone.
You all have no heat on you right now. You're
Clean-
wanted
Good
as
on us.
hell.
Clean
no
start.
Heat.
You know what? Salome's gonna be proud of us
Yeah.
when she gets back.
Salome's out doing puppy adoptions right now. Trying
She's
to,
signing puppy adoption papers,
yeah.
taking him to the vet, getting his shots updated.
Yeah. And I'm good stress-wise, so I think I'm just going to train
Okay.
for my other one.
You can go ahead and do that too, and then we'll do the second ones for Grackle and Fume. So,
'Cause I don't have to roll for that. I
you don't,
think.
no.
I just do it.
Yeah, just your training. Just remember which, because your playbook or your crew gives you bonuses for
it
one of them.
Is in prowess.
Okay.
2 XP instead of 1. So yeah, I'm going to do my prowess track
Okay.
for 2 XP in that one. Because if I fill that up again, I can have 4 on prowl.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, that's me.
All right. All right. That is all of glasses. I guess since Arj's not back yet, Wings, what do you want your second downtime action to be?
My second downtime action is going to be. I haven't quite decided yet, I suppose. I do know that I want to try and advance a project, so that's probably now's probably the time to do that.
Okay.
I want to try and get Steiner's new ID.
Oh, right, because you only have one tick in that.
Yeah.
So
Do
one tick left in that. I think. Yeah, I think no matter what, you're gonna. We don't even have to roll because.
regardless of what I roll, it's going to do
Regardless,
it.
you're gonna get there. So
Okay.
I'll go ahead and mark that to its last spot. Steiner has new ID. I guess. What is Steiner's new?
You really have to ask. Obviously, it's Simon Heimerdinger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mr. Heimerdinger.
Nothing else
What
is
is-
acceptable.
What's Simon Heimerdinger's cover? What job? Like what is Steiner going to be doing?
City
now?
planner.
City
No,
planning!
With a specialty in public transport.
I can't believe we're doing this again. I can't believe y'all are doing this to me again. All right. I'm adding this to his NPC info. New ID.
We've got trains. We could put them on trains.
I mean, y'all could essentially establish him as, again, because y'all's turf is Charter Hall, which is the political center of this, because y'all really wanted to get involved in the politics of this game initially. But
We're
we
working on
haven't-
that.
We haven't done that yet.
That's not true. With the whole Baron stuff, we're definitely
That is kind of true. Y'all
Gonna-
have
gonna mess
are
around with
getting
that.
there. We were just thinking long term. Y'all made that, but we could essentially say that you've established him as like a clerk or something in the
Yeah.
in one of the like
he's gonna hate that.
district planning and development commissions, like and is your in there.
He is going to
Perfect.
be so bored. But it'll be nice to have an ear in any like meetings that are going on.
Yeah.
I
We
do
just
that.
get him an internship under the Baron.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
Disguise him.
That'd be pretty that'd be oof.
That would be tense. I was trying to look. Yeah, so what I'm putting in my notes
Uh-huh.
is clerk in the district planning commission at the city council.
Mm-hmm.
And that is your in there
Rad.
with the city council.
And then after that, I'm willing to pay a coin to advance my healing track as well.
Oh, right. So you want to pay a coin to do a recover roll.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you at with healing?
I need two more pips. And I have one harm.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. Well, you have your physicker, so go ahead and roll 2 dice for Melvir for your recovery.
Okay. That's a 5.
5, so that's 2 segments.
Yay! I am no longer panicked.
All right. So, and then that one was a level 1 harm, right? So that
Yes.
that just goes away. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
So now I'm fully recovered from everything.
We have the scene of Fume, Melvir, and and Steiner getting high, and then Grackle walks in.
Yeah, just opens the door, standing
Fume is
ominously.
like slapping Steiner and Miller.
And then there's
And then
like
just-
a monopause.
And then just cut to Grackle also smoking with them.
Yeah. And then the 4 of the now all of you are sitting there getting high. Oh my god.
A Grackle comes over to Glass and invites them over to Melvir. We're just all getting high.
And Grackle hands Steiner his new ID.
His new ID.
While they're all fine.
Oh my god.
Oh,
When this turned into a sitcom.
this is art.
It's always kind of been.
It's always kind of been, yeah.
Always has been.
Okay. Then I think the last person is Fume. If you want to, you've got a second action to take.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to progress the hull clock.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for your long-term project. I think we're just doing Tinker for this, right?
Yeah.
Make your roll.
4, mixed success.
Okay, so 4, that's 2 segments. So I'll go ahead and mark 2 segments on the...
And I'll also assign my free 2 ticks for projects onto the hull to make it 4 in total.
All right. Oh, you get to do 2 ticks?
Yeah, 2 ticks.
Okay.
It's very strong. I could pay a coin to instantly, like, just snipe this right now.
You could. Let me double check that you can do the same project.
If I'm...
Yeah, I mean, you could do a coin to work on this project some more if you want to.
Oh, I still have a bunch of steps. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Because, yeah.
Got a ways to go still.
Okay. Go in and roll again. That's a 6. So you had to mark 3 segments. So that completes whole step 4. I got to get to back to the whole creation stuff. We're getting there. Let's see. Crafting. All right. So you have completed the soul vessel for this. Essentially like the power component for this is where the device, because we got the rare material for it, didn't we? I think we just talked about it because that was one of the requirements for this.
Like I spent the coin for it too, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, you have crafted you've crafted like the power supply essentially for this, where the heartstone would be slotted into, and how this thing would run. Awesome. The next step is the outer shell. So you're doing the metal exterior of the hull. Or, well, again, for our terms, the metal exterior, because you're not really doing this isn't like a traditional kind of hull creation. But it's still going to be 5. All right, so I'm going to start that one now. We're going to call this whole step 5. And this one takes 5 ticks on it. And you had 3, so I'm going to go ahead and carry one over.
Nice.
All right. You only have one other feature after this.
Oh no! I thought we were still a long ways off.
Nope. It's after there are 6 steps.
Oh.
So, we've been skip and we haven't really been like narrating what this looks like. I'm assuming this is all kind of like locked in a basement, you doing secret mad scientist stuff. We'll kind of
At like one point during a busy night, the lights flicker and shut down for like a couple of seconds before booting back up, and over like one of the pipes you just hear Fume go, "Sorry!"
but yeah, I mean pretty much like the most of the pieces are together. You are the last 2 steps are the outer shell, so like this is the exterior of the thing. This is more of like the aesthetic
Like
of
the facade and stuff. Like, yeah.
And then the last one is the feature of the whole, and that's where you get to choose one special feature that this whole has. Which I think, based on what we're looking at, is going to be the lifelike appearance feature.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's the holes have, if you look on page 216 in the book, there's a number of hole features, but for this special one that Fume is creating, I'm just gonna assume that we're using that one.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. That is Fumes. I guess the only thing left is if Glass wanted to spend a coin to do a third one.
I don't think so.
Cool. Well, that is downtime. We will do Salome's next session. We'll do that on Tuesday. We're about at our halfway point, though, so I think we should go ahead and take our break here. And then we'll come back and we'll do free play. Y'all can accomplish any NPCs you want to talk to, anything your characters want to get up to. And then prepping for what kind of job, or y'all just do another job and we just like jump into that if you want to knock out something else. So let's y'all can think about that. We're gonna go and take our break here. Everyone, thank you everyone out there for watching. We'll be back in a few minutes to continue our session. Go ahead and do what we do, get some water, eat a snack, take a break, stretch, all that good stuff. We'll see you back here in a few minutes, so stay tuned. I was about to sneeze. I couldn't say anything. Hello, internet. It's okay. I was really trying to get it to go away before the countdown ended. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to Hearts of Stone. We're here to play Blades in the Dark. Let's get back to it. So we finished our job, did our downtime. Is there anything anyone would like to do?
One day, while Fume is in the lab, he looks over to the hull that he's making, looks at the pieces that are in front of him, sighs and pushes away from the desk, and turns back towards where they're keeping Cobb, like it's all enshadowed. My Lord Belphegor, I have some questions.
I think I do want an attune roll
Okay.
from Fume.
This is gonna be funny, because I got no attune. It's like a fortune roll, right? Or we just take the lower of the two?
So if you have a 0 in attune, then you roll 2 dice and you take the lower.
Okay, cool. Don't want to push myself. Well, I just burnt stress. Risky standard?
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, risky standard.
Okay. don't want to devil's bargain this?
That's a good question.
I mean, I don't have too much on my plate right now. Yeah, sure.
Do you have one in mind?
Oh boy.
Or if anyone else at the table has one, I can come up with one. But I also like the ones that y'all pitch usually because you think differently
Either
from me.
I summon the wrong spirit, or Cobb is currently conscious for this, so he knows that I've been. This is just dirt on Fume that he's consorting with demons.
Are you doing it down in the?
That's where my
vault
workshop
Cobb
is.
does?
I'm pretty
Okay.
sure Cobb has already seen you with a demon.
Okay,
You
so
did that on purpose to terrorize
You
him.
did actually.
Oh,
yeah,
I did
Cobb
do-
has had a
Forgot about that.
psychotic break because of a demon once already, so it's not like new news at this point. We haven't really checked in on Cobb's like mental state. It's not good.
It's not great.
It's not good. Cobb's probably suffered like 2 levels of trauma at this point.
You know what would really be a problem for you? It would actually be a devil's bargain.
Sure.
Cobb has started talking to demons.
Oh.
Interesting. Here's what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Because I like both of those, but I want something a little more concrete right now. I will give you the extra die. I am going to tick the last box in Accosted by Spirit Wardens.
Oh, that doesn't affect me though. That affects well, does it affect
And
me?
No,
Unless it
that's for
does.
that is for
That's
the
for the
crew. Yeah.
Are we okay for this drama, folks?
I mean, I'm already deep in it, so yeah.
Let me roll for it.
Oh,
I can't speak for Grackle though.
I want to leave this up to fate. I'm gonna do a fortune roll. All right. I rolled a 1.
Is that a you're good for it then?
I'm good for it.
Okay.
Devil's bargain. Oh, it is. Wait, no.
Low rolls are bad for us, so hell
So
yeah.
that gives you 1 die now. So you just roll the 1 die. You take whatever that result is.
Okay. Huh. Okay. Here we go.
Unless you want to, and the last thing I'll give you is somebody could assist you. They'd have to know what you were doing, but somebody could assist you.
Hey, Glass, I'm gonna go. I want to talk to some demons.
All right.
I have some questions about the project young William has put us up to.
And you want to go straight to demons.
Yes, considering they were the ones who gave me the schematics in the first place.
Right. And you're telling me this
Because you are more in tune with the spiritual side of this entire situation.
right. You do know demons are an entirely different beast than ghosts.
I thought it was more... No, I didn't know that, actually.
You really do need my help. Let's go.
Yes. Please help.
Okay, go ahead and
I'll help.
add your assist then, and then Fume.
Here we go.
You've got your 2 dice.
Yeah.
Okay,
5.
5.
That's good.
Mixed success. Oh, and I'm gonna go ahead and tick that devil's bargain. Okay. All right. I have a couple things at play here, and I'm debating whether I want to bring this all home or do this separately. Where are you doing this? How describe the scene for me?
It is in the basement. They have drawn the appropriate ritual circle on the ground in Fume's laboratory. He has essentially set the a tarp over the hull, so like if people go down, it looks like just junk under a tarp. Fume is pacing.
You are sober,
As-
yes?
Extremely, actually.
Good.
Why should I not be?
No, you should be. In dealing with all spiritual, but definitely demons, whimsy doesn't really have a place.
Oh, I know all about dealing with spirits. I'm a bartender.
Should we do this? Should we stop and do this tomorrow?
No, it's best to do it now. I'll be good, I promise.
Right. I doubt that.
You gather the components, glass, using your ability to manipulate the electroplasma, the spirit, the veil. You channel it, and Fume, what do you say? Like, what is your request?
Lord Belphegor, if you see it fit, we humbly request your presence.
He does.
Well, I humbly request your presence and aid in the endeavors that you have given me.
Very
two of you-
diplomatic.
The two of you in this workshop beneath the jewelry box.
Whoa!
Inside
oh,
the
we're
Blue
here.
Justin,
Inside the jewelry box.
Our worlds are collapsing in on each other.
I know.
It's the singularity.
That's what I get for running two crime-based games.
Yeah, that's on you.
Yeah, that is on me. There's a spark, electricity gathering in the air as the components like resonate. The small tools begin to sort of lift off the table. Electricity just surges through the room, and then darkness. You hear the footsteps upstairs, patrons in the above, and some of the sex workers that that work here as well, the courtesans that work here, begin to cause to panic as the lights have gone out. You hear Salome yelling for you upstairs. There's a stillness.
Actually, this
What?
isn't important, but I want to push back on the fact that this has never happened before. I don't think they're panicking.
Okay, everyone in the bar is going, Fume, God damn it!
Sorry. I know it's not important at all. But I bet they've got candles ready just in case.
The power has gone out, and there is some commotion upstairs. Who would come? I think Salome comes downstairs first, and he kind of yells down the steps. Says, Fume, I'm going to need you to fix that right now, just right now.
Will do. Give me a moment. Please.
There's no response, but you hear footsteps retreating back up the steps.
It should come back.
You probably should have done this on our off hours.
No, honestly, I think this is a better choice. No one will be looking for us for a bit.
Yeah, if you say so.
I do.
Fume will look around.
Listening.
You trying to fix the power right now, or
Oh, looking around for the
for Belphegor?
demon- For Belphegor.
You don't see no changes. Doesn't seem like no manifestation. Creepy eyes glaring at you from the shadows.
There's a
hair standing
single
on end.
knife in the table with a note under it.
Nope.
With
Nope.
a
Damn it.
black
No.
handprint
Damn it.
that says
No
we
single
know.
knife.
Damn it! One of these days, I'll get you.
I'll best fix that power now then. He'll walk over to whatever breaker box they have going on and
Start
see if
working
he
on
can work on it, yeah.
Patience is
well-
a virtue, Fume.
While Fume's trying to work on getting the power back up, Glass, what do you do?
I am listening in the dark, and trying to, since that was such a big, clearly something happened. Clearly the ritual did something, and something responded. So I'm gonna kind of in the dark as I'm listening, kind of put out some feelers into the field, the ghost field, because clearly it's very active right now if it's blowing the power.
Okay. Do you stay down here in the basement or do you go back upstairs?
I don't know why I would do it upstairs.
Okay.
I'll start
All right.
down here. I'll start down here since this was like the nexus point.
Go ahead and attune.
Okay. Six.
Nice.
Yeah, 4
I
dice.
love having
Crazy.
4 dice. My
Uh,
job, I'm Ken. My job is ghost.
you reach out with your senses to try to figure out like exactly what happened here. There's a lot of like electroplasmic energy already causes a hard time, like it makes a hard time for you to fully isolate like the ghost field and to identify spectral activity, just because it's the same energy source, so it kind of overlaps a bit, and it can cause some headaches there. This sort of power surge is not helping with that. You feel, but you do feel something, a sense, like a pull, something drawing you up to the upstairs to the bar.
I'll be right back.
All right.
Don't kill yourself.
You push up the steps, and there's the patrons are kind of. Some people have carried on their business, not really needing the light. Other people are, sitting around, and Salome is trying to deal with things and keep people from leaving.
I put on my
some
work
candles.
face.
Some candles have been lit by the bar. I think Will is helping y'all tend bar. Am I remembering that correct? Is that Will has been assisting y'all with bartending duties as well? I think y'all gave him a job.
We had him do it like once, and so we could say it's canon.
Yeah. So it's probably helping.
Apologies, everyone. The lights will be back on momentarily.
As you round the corner, your attention is drawn to the bar. Most of the patrons have either left, paid their tabs, and left, or others, might have slunk out in the darkness before the candles were lit. But in the flickering candlelight of one sconce that's sitting at the corner of the bar that Will lit first, you catch the light reflecting off or hitting a woman that is sitting at the bar, kind of shrouded in the darkness still. She, even like her silhouette, is you see a flowing like buttressed like gown. She is has very dark black hair that's sort of like cascading across down her shoulders. It's like framing her face but obscuring it from your view. I mean, even not seeing her face and just catching her figure in the darkness, like she looks gorgeous. And she reaches forward with a very pale hand, taking lifting her drink from the bar in front of her, a wine glass, and taking a sip before returning it to the bar top.
And I'm drawn towards her specifically,
Mm-hmm.
not just because she's hot.
I mean, you can decide whether your emotions are getting in the way here or not, but that
No,
is a
I meant
character
I meant
choice.
the ghost stuff.
Yeah, the ghost stuff seems to be have drawn you up here.
Okay. I will casually walk over and sit next to her.
You sit down next to her, and do you say anything?
First time at the jewelry box.
Without turning her ebony hair still like obscuring her face, she speaks without looking at you and says, "Yes, first time."
What brings you to us tonight?
I was invited.
I
Well,
thought that might be the case.
I was beckoned. I'm here to see you, Glass. And she turns to look at you, her hair no longer blocking her face. And you see a beautiful woman, like high cheekbones, very like angular features, but like delicate, with these very, very, very pale blue eyes.
She looks like me.
She's very pale, like incredibly pale. Actually, you realize not just pale, translucent. Her skin is so white that you can see through it to the musculature underneath, and where you can see her cheekbone through her skin, and can see like the outlines of her skull under the muscles. Her flesh itself seeming translucent to the muscles and bone underneath. And she says, "Belphegor received your friend's invitation, and I journeyed in his stead."
I see. Well, Fume's going to be very disappointed.
I'll speak with him as well. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Oh, don't say that too loudly in here.
A couple of the grackles just will fly around.
Our
One of them,
residents might take offense.
One of them perches at the edge of the bar, and she regards it and says, "Not my bird of choice, but close. You may call me Azrael."
A pleasure. You may call me Glass.
Should we speak somewhere more privately?
Of course, milady. Though I will have to convince the folk around us you're one of my patrons instead.
She doesn't respond, but gives a look like to assent to following your lead.
I like when I say that part, I lean in. You know how like the flirty next so it looks like we're flirting, and then I'll stand up and offer an arm.
All right. She lays her arm on you, like the sleeve of her dress lay on you first, but her hands just barely touching you, and as they do, they are not ice cold would be an understatement. It is like that burning sensation of cold touching you, like drawing the warmth from your arm as she lays her hand on your forearm.
I'm a professional.
You power through the pain and lead her to. Are you leading her back downstairs or leading her to your room?
I'm gonna go to my room. Hmm. I'm gonna go to my room.
Okay.
As I go, I'm going to, since we've just established that these are canon now, I'm gonna just sort of subtly kind of knock on one of the pipes so that Fume down below will hear it and know I'm investigating.
Okay. Do like a secret code.
Like, hey, something's up. Like, hey, something happened.
Okay. So Fume.
So he
you
doesn't think I
hear,
just abandoned him down there.
You hear several knocks on the pipe system.
Twice on the pipes means a demon is here. Oh, no. Yeah, right.
There's
That's
like a
all
bit of like smoke that funnels through the pipe up to where Glass is. Hello?
Don't answer.
Hello?
It's down there getting high. After I told him not to.
No, this is smoke from the fuse box that he's working.
Oh, he's down there getting electrocuted like I told him not to.
He can't see. It's dark.
Ask Belphegor.
You ignore
help.
the comments or the voice of Fume behind you as you push into your chambers.
In my mind, I'm just like, God, I hope he's not just completely fried his brain. Like,
Hello? Mop? Mop? Mop?
shut it.
And yeah, you close the door behind you as you are now alone in a room with Azrael.
Can I get you something to drink?
No, I think I prefer to get straight to business.
All right, then. I'm all ears.
She moves to the bed and sits at the edge of it, facing you, crossing her arms in front of you. You feel the relief on your skin as her hand is no longer resting on it, and she regards you for a moment before she speaks and says, Bethagor believed my interests would align with yours. You wished for the services of one of my kind. How can I help you?
I am in the business of life, death, undeath, all that. I have yet to find a stable bridge between all of them. And, unfortunately, without an intact Heartstone, I can't accomplish what I want to accomplish, so I asked for help from one of you. Can you bring someone back from across that bridge?
She smiles again, an ivory white smile of a bleached skull. As you ask her question, she says, returning a spirit to a mortal body is a terrible and difficult thing. Tell me, to profane yourself in such a way to accomplish this task, this person must be very special to you, yes?
Yes. He was my
Who
life
were they
once.
to you? Who were they to you?
He was the one thing keeping me tethered to the world of the living.
What was his name?
Isaiah.
Isaiah. Beautiful name.
I always thought so.
Was he beautiful as well?
Yes. Beautiful to look at, beautiful to talk to, beautiful to be in the orbit of.
Did you love him?
I do.
An appropriate distinction. It is not beyond me to encourage the soul of one lost to return to a corporeal body again. You understand, however, this process is not the same as returning one to life. Life, once lost, cannot be fully recovered.
Can they still experience happiness?
She thinks on this for a moment as if you've posed like more of a riddle than a question. She thinks on it and says, I suppose that depends. Was your Isaiah happy in life?
Too happy, some would say.
I see no reason that could change.
And yet you pose the warning all the same.
Souls that return from beyond the veil to inhabit the body once again, to claim it. They experience life differently than you would. But they are still the same person. They simply find that their new form might require new experiences.
Luckily, part of what I trade in. New experiences.
I could assist with this. However, the process of creating to encouraging a spirit is complicated. It would require some knowledge that is closely regarded by many important people here in Duskwall. Kept under lock and key, you understand. The process can occur naturally, though it does not seem to have done so in your Isaiah's case. To compel it, to force it, requires a bit more doing, would necessitate a ritual. I could obtain this ritual for you. and by doing so, give you the tools needed to return your Isaiah. Well, you must certainly know there is a cost to these things.
And I know this, so the dramatic pause, I assume, was just purely theatrics on your part.
You must forgive my indulgence.
No, not at all. I find if we don't indulge the things we find entertaining, this life gets quite boring quite quickly.
Well, there's two matters to which you must be aware. One is the cost, my payment. The second is I will obtain the ritual for you. You will need a vessel. I would suggest someone handsome enough to continue your interest in your lovely Isaiah. Obtaining the vessel, I leave to your hands. I assume you can accomplish this unless you wish to bargain for that as well.
A single body, I think I can handle.
Excellent. Then the matter of my payment for the acquiring the ritual for you, I will settle for 3 souls of my choosing. When I've returned with the ritual, I will provide you with the first name. Once you've acquired this soul for me, I will provide you with the second, and thuswise the third. Once all 3 have been obtained, you will be free of your debt to me, and be free to enjoy your life as you wish. If you, however, do not provide me with my payment or attempt to avoid our bargain, I will ensure that your Isaiah is truly and completely lost to you.
I assume you know there are 3 names that you could speak that would make this moot from the beginning.
You speak of your friends, companions.
I have a
You wish
certain
for me-
lifestyle I like to uphold.
You wish for me to remove their names from consideration for my payment.
If they were in consideration at all.
My domain means all are in consideration. But if that would render this agreement void, then yes, I will remove those names.
Already started my life over once. At such a young age, I'd hate to have to do it again.
So with the exception of those 3, any.
I don't suppose I have much more leeway at this point.
No.
Then agreed.
She stands and she approaches you, her blue eyes seeming to almost glow a little in the dim light, and she says, "Very well. I will return with the ritual once I have acquired it, and At that point, our accord will be struck.
Right.
It was a pleasure meeting you, class.
You as well. Shall I call for Fume?
No need. I believe I will attend to him myself. And there is a flicker. The lights suddenly turn back on, and she disappears from in front of you.
Good luck.
Fume,
He's going to
you've
tell
just-
you at least one joke.
You've gotten the breaker going. The lights kick back on, and as soon as it does, you can see again. Looking around the workshop, you hear a voice from behind you saying, "So you're the young inventor that Belphegor has told me about."
He'll turn. He has like a pipe in his mouth and is about to light a match. Oh, hello. Well, this is rather nice, actually. Not mortifying at all. Not horrifying. That's the word.
She steps up, like the light catching. I think the light, the more fluorescent lights of the of this that you have down in your basement probably help to like reflect a bit more off of her skin and keeps it from being as translucent, more opaque than it was before in the candlelight. But she approaches you and she says, "I was just having a lovely conversation with your friend upstairs, but I did promise Belphegor I would drop in to confirm your needs."
Well, I wished for a progress report. It is going smoothly. I think all I need to do is do the facade and one more thing. I also wish to see if they were amenable for a small request.
She walks over. You said you had the
Tarp. Yeah, he'll pull the
tarp over
tarp
it.
back so that they can inspect.
Yeah, and right now it's like exposed gears. You don't have like the outer shell on it or anything at this point. And she looks over.
I think he'd finished the face at least,
Okay.
and
okay.
then the rest of it is wire work.
So it's Will's sister's face.
It's
much-
been aged up slightly.
Much like the first iteration of Megan.
yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah, aged, older than before, but still.
Do we know what her name?
I gave you her name.
It's
a
been
long
so
time
long
ago.
I couldn't remember.
What was her name?
We've just been referring to her as Will's sister the whole time. Is it Megan?
Wilhelmina? Oh, God, please no.
Is it Megan?
No, I'll have to go back.
Is it
and-
Megan?
It's not Megan.
Okay.
Who's the what's it? Murder an orphan.
It would be really funny if it was Megan, but I don't think it was
Oh.
Megan.
You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. I've seen both of those movies a couple of times.
I don't know if I wrote. Oof.
You know that first
I don't-
one's based on a real person.
Yeah.
They just made a
I didn't-
documentary about her that I'm fucking dying.
Esther.
I didn't write down
Esther.
the name.
Yeah, Esther.
Was it Esther?
That's the orphan girl.
That's Isabel
Oh,
Furman,
I was like,
and Orphan is Esther.
That's the girl from Orphan, the movie.
Okay, we'll have to look up what
Yeah, do
Will's
some
name
Lord of
was.
the Rings shit for the second one. Sorry.
We just gave you
Anyway.
2 awesome names. I'm just saying.
But I want to confirm if I actually gave her a name at some point. So.
Esther Megan.
I fully do not remember, so that is
Yeah.
Me neither.
that is up to you,
I'll look it
Game
up
Master.
later. Yeah.
If her name is one of those 2, I'm gonna scream though.
Nala.
No.
Nala.
Yeah.
It's
Nala.
Megan,
Okay.
And what's worse, you put Nala in danger.
though. Full circle.
Well, the chat wasn't.
That was a pretty
Wait.
good. That was a pretty good Mufasa.
Were we talking
do
about
it
Lion
too
King on
often.
break, or did that happen on
We were
stream?
talking about Lion King on break, yeah.
Okay, I could not
It's a
remember.
household meme at this point. Whenever you choose somebody out, you have to finish it with that.
Headlessness, you put Nala in danger.
Yeah, for those out there in the chat, we were talking. This didn't just come out of nowhere.
home, Simba.
They're cousins.
Yeah, she looks
Yeah,
over.
first
Getting
cousins.
back to the game. Getting back to the game. She looks over the body and she says, she regards it like with fascination. She says, "Beautiful, not my preference, but beautiful nonetheless."
Thank you. A lot of hours went into making sure I got everything right.
So, what is this request you have for Belphegor?
I was wondering how much time that they were willing to give Nala and young William before doing whatever machinations he had in store.
She turns to you and smiles, cocking her head to the side and says, "Why would you think they would not have as much time as they wished?"
Oh, I don't know. I'm dealing with a lot of supernatural things, and I'm a man of science. This is way above my pay grade.
I'm sure whatever preparations or plans that Belphegor has for your work, I can't imagine he would do anything to disrupt that happiness.
Well, that's good enough for me, honestly.
I will indulge your request, though, and pass along your kind and empathetic words to Belphegor.
Oh, kind and empathetic have nothing to do with it. I'm used to dealing with a board of ethics committee. I didn't quite catch your name.
Azrael.
Pleasure to meet you. Fume. Or rather, Bertrand Faust.
I look forward to the completion of your invention or your work here, Bertrand. I'm sure you will accomplish great things.
Great and terrible things, if I have my way with it.
We can only hope. She kind of leans down. She's like looking over again, like it seems very fascinated with the machinery, the gears of this this hull, and she says, from over her shoulder, "Is there anything else?"
None that I can think of at the moment, but thank you for your consideration, and please my regards to Belphegor.
I will pass those along. And as she stands, again looking down at the hole again, you can see a smile curling at the edge of her mouth, the jaw visible underneath, as she vanishes once again from in front of you.
Fume sighs, leans against the desk that he was like in front of, and then just lights his pipe. Oh, Fume, you're really in it now. Oh, Ariana Grande, we really did it this time.
All right. So creepy demon scenes done. What's next?
I know I said before I didn't have anything, but I came up with something if you're willing to
Perfect.
run with it.
Yes, absolutely.
I think that a particular anniversary has come up.
Oh,
And
okay.
this has the potential for some interesting world building. So graveyards probably aren't a thing, right?
Oh, interesting. Not in the
Traditional sense.
traditional sense. Like there wouldn't be a body buried anywhere. Bodies are supposed to be dissolved in electroplasm by the
That
by
shit
the
gets
spirit
melted.
wardens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cremated.
Everyone's cremated.
Yeah, they give you like a little jar though, right? Like
It's
No.
not, but it's not what it's electroplasm, so it's one of those like those round lights that when they have the electricity in them, and when
No.
you touch it, like the lightning goes to your finger.
it's it's a
Yeah.
lava lamp.
Oh,
You get your
Wow.
choice. You get your choice of cool lamp
The
for your dead
carbon is
loved
the
one.
bubbles that
You could get a
No,
lava lamp.
because-
You could get electro lamp.
I'm more
I
imagining
love
that there's a big
I love
there's
carbon.
like under the
love
spirit wardens, under the crematorium. Well, let me check. I'll check the canon here real quick. But
We just made whatever we just said is better.
yeah,
I'm gonna tell you right now.
let me check Bellwether. Because
Yes.
Bellwether Crematorium
Those
is
those places like along the rural highway that just sell like gravestones. And shit.
Oh my god, yeah.
It
Do
would
they?
be like
Oh my
that.
God.
Okay, so I'm from the deep south, so yeah, that's apparently not a thing that everyone experiences. But it's like
a lot
that.
more like aware of your mortality down there. You see a billboard that tells you you're going to hell, and then you see
Well,
a
yeah, those
graveyard-
are-
a gravestone emporium.
Yeah, those billboards are every like 5 feet. So it's like that, but it's indoors, and so when you go in, it's like that aisle in Walmart that has all of the fun novelty lamps,
Oh my god.
and you get to pick.
I have this joke theory that almost everyone knows besides Grackle who Fume is. So he's walking around like the jewelry box with a book that says how to break bad news to a friend.
Breaking bad news for dummies.
uh
Empathy for dummies. That's got to be one, right?
So you falsified your identity and now you have to reveal it to your killer.
fine.
Very
I'll
specific
say
book.
The
you
first
get a
page is
little.
just a
You
picture and
get
says, "This
you
is me."
get their ashes somehow. They
Oh.
they skim them off the top of the electroplasm after they've incinerated the body.
Gross.
So there is a thing IRL where they take the carbon from your actual body and they can make it into like jewelry.
Uh-huh.
Whoa, that's cool as hell.
Yeah,
Do
so
they,
like
do they
if-
recycle bodies into gemstones?
essentially,
Into
yeah.
Hearthstones?
Oh my god, the Hearthstones are people.
No shit.
That's a restraining Grackle carrying her off to prison. The Hearthstones are people!
We know.
That's what Grackle's been doing this whole time.
That's a great reference to a movie from the 70s. When was Soylent Green?
60s, I think.
The 60s, 70s? Well, no, another timely reference from the crew here.
Yeah.
You guys actually
It's
see the
Soylent
scenes
Green.
where they're eating Soylent Green? That shit looks like fruit roll-ups.
1973. Hey folks, if you haven't watched Soylent Green, that movie's buck wild.
Anyway, we got way off topic. What were we talking
I'm
about?
so sorry.
Trying to figure out
Body
like
situation.
what this world's equivalent to like a graveyard.
Yeah,
would
when
be.
you
What
think about it, we weren't that off topic.
Yeah. So I think that some of the
Because
so
like
it,
the answer could very well be there are no graveyards. Like that's just not a thing.
I don't
that-
imagine that we bury people in Duskwall.
no,
Like,
there's no burial. I think there are probably some like there are probably some mausoleums, like, so people that have more money, like the higher echelon, upper society, have like
A storage vault.
would have like mausoleums with like engravings of people's names, maybe statues, things like that. Like if you're really rich, like statues with a plaque and stuff would probably be where you're at. For people that are like upper class, there are are the it wouldn't be anything like with religious significance typically, unless you worship like any of like the old gods and stuff, but the church isn't really all about that, so they probably don't do much. There's probably not much official practice there either. I think but the church doesn't care about like the spirit. Like body dies, then it's over. Like they wouldn't have much use for remembrances. But I think that just given I haven't read anything about it in the book, but I think just given the nature of people, there are probably like monuments and places and memorial places where the you can pay to have
bench
somebody's
was endorsed by Lord Squirrel.
I was actually imagining, like, as you say that, like, you know, those war monuments that just have like
yeah, like
just
just like the
names.
list of
Yeah,
names
yeah.
and stuff.
yeah, it's just
Or like
people.
in a freaking Cyberpunk,
Yeah,
where there's just like that place where it's just like a ton of names on a ton of little like cubicles, and people put
Yeah.
like little remembrances there and stuff.
yeah, and they put their I think they put their ashes and stuff in there too. So yeah, I think it'd be something like that.
But they're small. They're like everybody
Yeah,
gets
they're
a little,
small, like,
everybody gets a
you
little
know,
drawer.
There's not a lot of space. I mean, Dustfall is a finite amount of space, so they don't really have a lot of space to dedicate to people
Who aren't useful to the workforce.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, and it just kind of depends on how important that person was to like how big their monument is.
Okay. Well, in that case, you mull over what the situation would be for the Kraft family. And in the meantime, Grackle goes to pick up Melvir, because I think that this is a thing that they both do together on the anniversary.
Yeah.
Because the way that the way that Grackle and Melvir reunited, the way that she found out he was even alive, was because they both showed up at the same place at the same time.
Okay. Then yeah, I think Melvir would obviously know what day it is, and maybe so you like drop by his clinic, and he comes out wearing like a nicer like pressed suit, is dressed like more like respectfully than he normally is. And as you've like knocked on the door, he steps out. It's like raining a little bit. He pulls out an umbrella. And in regards to what is Grackle dressed like right now?
She's not dressed any different.
Okay. The same as
But
usual.
considering she's taller, she'll take his umbrella and hold it for the two of them.
Melvir takes a like regards you for a moment and says, it kind of just, I think just actually at first just gives you a nod like, okay, we're here, and more like moves along with you as you start walking down the streets of Charter Hall north towards Brightstone. And after a few minutes of walking, finally sighs and says, I can't believe it's been another year.
Time waits for no man, I suppose.
You handled all of this so well. Well, seem to at least.
She kind of sighs. There's a reason you didn't see me for as long as you did.
True. You did have small bruises and scars to show for it.
That's how I handle it.
The two of you cross the bridge leading into Brightstone to this, again, much more well-kept area of town. I don't know if we've been to Brightstone yet in this game. This is the closest that anyone of like non nobility can get to White Crown. Like, this is the wealthiest and most influential citizens of Dustfall live here. You see blue coat patrols on the streets, dressed in fine armor, like polished, compared to like the blue coats in their kind of like dingier, like tattered clothes in the other in like Crow's Foot or Silk Shore. They're all wearing armor with gleaming gun pikes resting on their shoulders as they stand at attention on street corners. There are manicured parks attended by some wealthy citizens that are staying out of the rain, walking under parasols held by their servants, striding beside them. Horse-drawn carriages moving along the city roads, occasionally interspersed by an electroplasmic carriage that is kind of sputtering between them. Everything is clean. The streets are broad. It's well lit. You cross the road along Goldcrest Avenue, leading north to Unity Park. And there are occasional you can see like Melvier has dressed to sort of fit in here the best he can. At close inspection, like his suit that once would have been in style and much more fashionable for this area is clearly not, but from a distance passes. Jack or Grackle, you look out of place.
Yeah.
So,
and this isn't the first time she's been here today. She spent the morning like patrolling and making sure that there was no one here that was going to be a problem for them.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You wander through the park until finally you begin to approach in the distance this there are several there are a couple of dozen of like these monuments here, each one with a like they're small. Like when I say monuments, they're probably about, most of them are, some of them are very large, like 20 or 30 feet tall. Some of them are smaller, like, you know, maybe like a couple feet wide at the base and maybe 6 or 7 feet tall. But all of them have like, all of them are constructed the same way, with a plaque across the bottom, like maybe about like a foot or two off the ground, that has like a family name on it, with then plaques with like individual members of the family that have passed across it. Some of them are tall and span like dozens of names, or you know, and some are smaller and have like 5 or 6 names on them. Some look very new. Some look like they've been here for decades. You approach the Kraft family monument, which is a is not the largest monument in this area of the park, but is fair, but is definitely like has like a longer history to it. You can see like where they built up. Essentially, the way that I'm envisioning this is that over the decades, like these monuments are like built up or built upon. The taller the monument, the older the family is, the more prestigious their family name is. The Kraft family monument is tall, probably standing at about 8 feet or so, with a dozen, 2 dozen names on it. most of them are older and tarnished, kind of weathered, and a lot of them have been you see vines. Actually, how often does Grackle come out here? Does just Grackle come out once a year?
It used to be a lot more often,
Okay.
but at this point, it's like now it's just once a year.
So the two of you, do your similar same thing. A lot of these monuments are tended to keep vines and weeds from growing around them. Even in the rain, the two Melvir immediately begins to kind of pull some of the vines away to like that have grown over the last year, and the weeds from around the monument to keep it tended, as it doesn't seem anybody else is in between. There doesn't seem like that anyone has been here recently.
They've got like a care routine for this. They
Yeah.
like the two of them together. They'll wipe any like dirt or rust or vines, leaves. Just clean the area up a little bit, make it nice.
When you finally do, you look over. Melvir walks over to some of the names that are along like the top, still tarnished, but newer than the rest. And one by one, Melvir reaches up to like place a hand on one of the plaques and like says a few words to himself. He does like observes the same kind of like ritual every year, before stepping back. And
Grackle's kind of focused on one name.
yeah. Melvir waits for a moment to give you your moment too. Does Grackle say anything, or?
I think she just stares at it, long and hard. Her eyes are very tired. And finally she reaches into her jacket. She pulls out a familiar bottle of scotch, a gift from a recent job. And she drinks a little bit, hands it to Melvir.
Melvir takes it and takes a swig of it too.
And she takes it back and then pours a little bit on the ground.
Melvir stands there for a bit, rain pattering against the umbrella, and before breaking the silence, and says, he'd say this was dumb. Or sorry, that's not his voice. He said this was very dumb. And we keep coming back here every year.
Well, I think it was dumb, but he respects sentiment. You look nothing like him, you know?
Fortunate for me.
Sort of like nudges him.
Laughs to himself, and says, what do you think he'd say, knowing who we are now? Knowing what we're planning to do.
He wouldn't approve.
Maybe we should stop. Maybe this was a stupid idea.
It's not stupid.
Jack, some people do bad things and get away with it. Some people don't have to face the consequences of their actions. Some people are just too powerful. Too dangerous to be touched.
I think that on any other day, this would make her blood boil. And she just kind of like sighs. She pulls her hat down. And she says, I can't remember what he looks like anymore. I don't remember his voice. I thought I'd lost all I had to lose, but every day that man takes more from me. So I'm gonna take everything from him.
You can tell Melvir, you know him well enough to know that he wants to say something and wants to argue with you on this point, but also knows where your head's at and when it's a losing argument. So bites his tongue and says, all right, Jack. One more year.
Let's hope it's the last.
Let's get a drink. A real drink, not this swill.
That shit's top shelf.
Yeah, is this the stuff you got from Skurlock?
No,
No,
this
it's
is
what I stole from
This
the dog track earlier.
Oh, that's not top shelf.
I stole whatever the nicest stuff that he had
Yeah.
was. We talked about it's scotch.
the nicest stuff that he had.
Okay, but it is
Oh, yeah.
scotch. Like so, the baseline
Let's-
is.
Okay. Oh,
Let's
I
be
think-
honest.
Let's
Be honest. The place that we got it from, and the stuff that Melvir would consider top shelf, would not line up.
I am
Yeah.
This is swill to him.
hurt. I am
The thought that
offended.
counts. The thought that counts.
I'm gonna haunt him.
It turns and says, I know that there's a bar not too far from here we used to go to. No one will recognize us now. Probably get a drink.
All right.
You know our names are not going to end up on there. Regardless of what happens.
Probably not. But let's hope that's because we survive all this.
I didn't take you for an optimist, Jack.
Funny kind of optimism.
The two of you begin to walk out of the park. I'm gonna roll
Oh no.
Entanglements?
A fortune roll
Oh.
Okay.
to just. You kept an eye out, and you did look around. You came here beforehand, as I assume you normally do. But just in case, because I don't think it's out of the ordinary that, or I don't think it's outside of reason that somebody might be watching.
Mhm.
I'm going to give you 2 dice because of you took the time, or you did narrate that you said that you came here earlier to check it out. So
Sure, I know a Jack. Grackle Jack. She's my twice as.
Who is this?
That's oh hey, nice. That's Pippin from Lord of the Rings.
oh yeah.
I was
Fool
like-
of a took.
I was like, who's this Mario brother motherfucker?
See, when I hear Melvier's voice saying Jack, all I can hear is fucking Barbosa.
Jack.
I'm just hearing
Jack.
Oh, they call the monkey Jack.
You know our names aren't going to be up there, Jack.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I need to retcon. That's how Melver's been talking. The entire time.
Barbosa? Captain
Yeah.
He's just
Barbosa?
Barbosa now.
I don't know why. It just the last way that you said Jack was like really
Jack.
low, and I was like, oh my god, they called the monkey Jack.
I'm gonna.
We call the Grackle Jack.
We're aging up Melvier. Melvier is now played by Joffrey Rush, and who's
We
been
afford
put
him?
They've
No.
tried to age down a lot, not very well.
It's like a Tron situation.
Yeah, he's just gonna talk about that from now on. Okay, but yeah, the two of you are able. You head to the bar, keeping an eye over your,
Did you say you
looking
rolled
over
a
your
6?
shoulder. Oh, I did roll. Yeah, sorry, I did roll a 6 on the fortune roll, so you're good. No complications. And yeah, that.
Huzzah.
Huzzah. So that is done there. Is there any other scenes that y'all want to do?
Grackle, I have to tell you something.
Who's the
weighing-
father?
It's been weighing on
Sorry.
my mind, heavy of heart. I taught the Grackles how to gamble.
God damn it. Do you realize how much time I put into this?
Do you realize how easy it is to teach them how to gamble?
Exactly! You've undone years of work!
We were
I like
betting
the
for
idea that-
peanuts.
Grackles naturally know how to gamble,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and
You had
Grackle
to-
had Grackle had to teach them not to.
Oh, that's so funny.
The one with the silver feather in the wings, was it Moonlight or whatever you call them? They came up to
Moonshine.
me one day with a gold piece and said, tapped a deck of cards, and I thought, hey, why not?
Wait, the Grackle talked to you?
The Grackle came up to Fume with like a coin and a deck of cards.
Listen, speaking to somebody's soul doesn't require language.
Oh, just Moonshine's like, alright, but you can't tell anyone.
I don't know if you want this conversation to actually be canon or not. I was just vamping for time.
Oh, you can. I was goofing, but yeah, that's funny.
I
got something.
You got something?
Yeah, I'm just 50-50 on where I go about it. Because I want to do a little research, a little book reading
Okay.
on the name Azrael.
Oh, okay.
But I'm 50-50 on going to Lord Skurlock or going back to the Dimmer Sisters.
Ooh, yeah, you want to go back to the Dimmer Sisters, don't you?
I'd say your best options for learning about demons would be those two: Lord Skurlock, the Dimmer Sisters, or the Church.
Oh. Oh, go meet Bowman. Go meet Bowman. Bowman's my enemy.
Do we want to get... How do you guys feel about getting the church up in here?
Well, we're gonna get accosted by spirit wardens.
You guys made two very different faces.
I'm excited. I want this to happen.
You know I'm here for the chaos.
I know. I
Sorry,
just also
Sid.
saw you go.
I'll make the appropriate face for whatever thing is happening.
And that's what I love
But
about
yes,
you.
I am
I
here for the
thought-
chaos.
I thought you were about to say, I'll make the appropriate face for whatever bad decision is happening.
yeah.
I didn't even think about that. I think I gotta go to the church.
Oh,
I gotta go to church. I gotta get dressed up in my what
me
is
to
Sunday
church.
best for the Church of the Ecstasy of the Flesh? Is it just
You
nude?
just go in nude. Hello, I'm here to sign up.
I heard you like flesh.
Here are my credentials.
I hear you like flesh. I'm sorry, today. What did you say?
She said, "Here are my credentials," which is very good. Put both of
I
those
think I'm
on
gonna
the quote
start
sheet.
that on the quote sheet.
Put those on the quote sheet. Here are my credentials. Gestures to naked body. No, I don't show up at church nude.
Take me to church.
I'm a dog, you're a dog. We're two dogs in a church.
What?
Wait? Did I send you guys Take Me to Snail Church?
I think maybe not.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm
we'll
gonna
get
later.
to Snurch later. So okay, you have a couple of options here. So there are the church has like smaller like buildings around Dustfall, like in each of the districts, but their main building would be the Sanctorium, which is in Brightstone.
Okay, would it like? Because I don't know a lot about how like we know a lot like theoretically about the church. Like I don't know a lot about how like they do they have like Sunday service? Is it like?
I don't think they necessarily have like service.
Okay.
But people go there to like to worship, to like to seek guidance from the preceptors at the church. So they do have and to like they do like, you know, give tithes and they seek like religious guidance. There's yeah, I don't think but like the main building, so they have like these churches like around Dustfall. Most of those would be attended to by like a single preceptor who'd be there to offer like guidance to the congregation. Like people come in and they, you know, engage and, you know, they ask like questions of the preceptor, or they sit and worship of one of the relics that's usually like some sort of demon or something that they engage in their idolatry towards. They I think most of like the sort of academic side of the church, so those like all the churches around the city, the chapels around the city, I'll say chapels so we can get a different word in there, the chapels around the city would mostly be for like guidance. The sanctorium would have most of like the church's like more academic side teaching. It's a big cathedral essentially. Think like the Vatican, where
Yeah.
the preceptors are like trained and stuff too.
Okay. So I think to keep like some heat off, I think I'm not just gonna like show up at the sanctorium and be like, I don't know about this demon. I think maybe to try to keep it like a little more down the low. I'll go to one of the I don't know, whatever our local little chapel is, and just try to talk to somebody and just see if I can like get a read on the situation. Like, is it gonna be very strange? if I continue down this line of questioning with the church, like, am I going to need to come up with, you know, more of a reason, more of a persona to do this, or if I can just like sort of follow this path without too much drama. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Go ahead and I am changing my mind too. I think they do have services. I think I'd like there to be services now that I'm thinking about it.
I mean, it seems like a fun time.
Yeah. I'm gonna change my mind on that one. Change my ruling there. But yeah, you want to go and talk to the preceptor at your local chapel.
Yeah. So I think I will. I will show up for a service if they're like generally like ones like generally open to the public.
Sure.
And then kind of like hang around afterwards, like, hey, thought I'd see what all this is about, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah. Go ahead. Let's do like a gather information roll.
Okay.
Let's frame it that way and see how well that roll goes. So probably like a study or a survey or something.
I can do study. Where'd you go? There. Study. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
5.
Okay. You go to one of the services. Have you ever has Glass ever been to one of these to a service?
I
at the church?
seriously doubt it. I think that's one of those like points of curiosity that is like I keep meaning to.
Okay.
But other stuff keeps coming up. Yeah, I think it's always been like a point of curiosity. I think Glass like knows like in general like what the church is about because like I mean I imagine most people do and has like done some reading and stuff, but I don't think it's ever actually gone.
Okay. The church is okay. So you you attend the a service here, and you get to see kind of firsthand. So you've heard of the church. I mean, you're familiar with the church of the ecstasy of the flesh, and you're familiar with its practices. But and like rumors and stuff about it, but you've never like been to it, seen like one of these teachings before. I would say like you go to one of these services, and I think it is very, I think it is kind of a combination because we haven't actually like gotten in this before. I'm imagining very close to kind of like a Catholic service that is very like very ritualized and has like many moving pieces, like call and response kind of stuff, readings that are taken from their holy texts, more like formal. The name is because we get in this like ecstasy of the flesh, they're having like wild orgies and stuff there. It's not so much that like,
well, no, you have to be invited to those. You can't just show up.
the beliefs and kind of where they hit at is that the purest beings, the way they discuss it, are those without spirits. Like to be pure of being, you can't have a spirit because your spirit is what corrupts your body. Mm-hmm. And demons are beings that have no spirit. They are without that that imperfection. Because the creatures that do have spirits, like, you know, or you look at like rogue spirits or vampires, things like that, have these like lustful, destructive hungers to them. Like they,
many would say humans do.
Mm-hmm, exactly. But to divorce oneself from one's spirit, to remove one's spirit, creates or makes you more pure in being. And it celebrates your physical body as the most important aspect of your soul. Again, it's like a complete inverse of like Christian theology.
Which is why I love it. It's so
Yeah.
cool.
So you go to one of these services.
I do that
they-
thing where it's like I don't try to hide myself, but I do like sort of conspicuously like sit in the back, like don't obviously like doesn't try to like fake participate and stuff. Like is really shows up in that persona of like someone who's gotten curious and gone to church for the first time.
Yeah, yeah. I did confirm they're called temples around they're smaller temples around the city. So it's referred they're temples around the city, and then the main cathedral in Brightstone.
Gotcha.
So they they go into like green seas. You're picking up on some of that. Obviously, like there's a lot of the congregation. You're here in Silkshore, I assume. Are like people like that attend. This is like the state run religion. Like there are people you might recognize here that are members of the congregation. Not necessarily like as devout. It doesn't, or like as devout. Like it's not. Everybody here is not speaking in tongues and doing ripping their heartstones out and that kind of stuff. But there are more. You definitely catch like some people in the audience are like very devout to this to the teachings here. I assume you approach the preceptor after the service.
Either that or just kind of I feel like it's less like Glass just like walks up to them and sort of has like spent the last like hour and a half or whatever like just really embodying that like awkward, not like awkward, but like that energy of like new person in the room. Like they're not trying to hide that they're there, kind of, I think, in the hopes that maybe the preceptor will approach them.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Instead of just walking up and being like, "Hey, I met a demon." Like,
so you're kind of there after the service, like walking around the temple.
Yeah.
Most people have cleared out.
Just sort of like trying to put everything else to the side and kind of exuding that like curiosity of like, I am in a new space. I've come here. Like, I am here publicly as a person who's come here for the first time. Like,
yeah,
how church people
all
are.
around the temple there are like statues of like these inhuman creatures, stained glass windows with the same like these depictions of like demonic entities and stuff, and as you're walking around, you hear the footsteps of the preceptor approach you. He's wearing like essentially black robes with like golden jewelry, and kind of like a headpiece that connects to this like I'm trying to think of the word. It's like a silhouette, like circle thing, like in the old like Christian like the halo kind of thing that they show in like depictions of Jesus and stuff, and like old like
I don't know what they're called, but I know what
Christian
you're
artwork.
talking about.
I don't know what it's called. Like this.
It's essentially a halo. I can look up the actual terminology.
Yeah.
Like a helio disc or something.
Yeah, and this like red circle around the back of their heads, back of this man's head, and he approaches you and says, "Can I help you?"
Oh, sorry. I hope I'm not taking up space.
No, by all means. Please continue to view as you see fit. I do not recognize you at today's service. Are you new to our congregation?
I am, yes. First day. Guilty.
Welcome. I am Preceptor Ashwin. What is your name?
Iris.
Iris. It's a pleasure to meet you, Iris. I hope to see you at more of our services.
Hopefully. It's all a bit overwhelming.
What brings you into the confines of our temple?
Well, as I imagine many citizens of Duskwall would say, I've had a bit of curiosity for a while. But I had an experience recently that, frankly, I felt like maybe the church was the best place to find some explanation or some answers.
Well, if you have questions about the nature of our being and the eternal quest of becoming pure, I would be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Oh, that would be wonderful, actually.
Please, if there's anything on your mind, or we can schedule an appointment at some time.
Oh, I mean, I hate to take up your time if you're busy, but I did have a couple of questions if you have the time.
This is my calling, to be here to answer the questions of my congregation, which I'm happy to count you as a member of. If you have a need of my insight, it is not a oh shoot, I just lost the word.
Imposition.
Imposition on me.
Well, so I think I understand the journey, the quest, as you say, that the church puts us all on of becoming pure. I'm curious to know, though, actual pure beings, the ones that the church idolizes here, do you speak to them?
The preceptor pauses and says, well, in prayer, we do beseech these beings for their guidance and instruction to ascending to be as they are. So, yes, in that way, we do.
But, do they ever speak back?
At this point, he turns and looks at and kind of eyes you over and says, only those of import have ever had such privilege. I do not count myself as one of them, unfortunately.
I see. So that would be exceedingly strange, yes?
It would be a magnificent experience.
Of course.
Why do you ask?
Well, I had sort of a strange experience, recently where something spoke back. And so I'm looking for answers where I feel like I can get them.
He fully turns to face you and kind of like eyes you over. You can see like almost trying to read like, okay, this person just came here, like they're new to the congregation, or are they just here like to fuck with me?
Am I trolling?
Is this like a prank? Like, did someone bet you to come here? And so
Ashton Kutcher walks out. You've been pranked, bro.
Sorry, I walked in here and this man was immediately like, oh no, if that's you, you could be a prophet.
and stops and says, "You truly had contact with a demon."
Well, that's what I'm trying to sort out, Preceptor. I don't come in here with any preconceived notions or any thoughts that I might be any more special than anyone else, but something spoke to me, and I'd like to at least know more.
Well, I'll tell you this. It is not unheard of for those in Dustfall to find themselves exposed to these forces that we seek to understand and to emulate. Demons are pure, but they are dangerous as well. That danger comes from their purity of desire, of drive, of intention. They are nothing other than what they are meant to be. I, as preceptor of this temple, I have not had the privilege myself. You'll find few preceptors actually have that do not sit in the service of Elder Rowan. But there are those that have, and have studied the matters intently. Many that's come here as members of my congregation, they are here to better themselves. But they have no intention or contact with the divine in such a way. If you have truly had such an experience and you wish to learn more, I would recommend discussing it or setting an appointment with one of our researchers, who more academics within the church who closely study this phenomenon. I am well versed in theology and in providing guidance to your everyday life, but in matters such as this, I would find my knowledge woefully short.
Is that something you can help me with?
Yes, I believe I could. I'll write to Preceptor Dunville. He is the foremost scholar within our congregation. He may have some more insight, knowledge into this matter. Preceptor Dunville has had many encounters with demonic entities and studies them thoroughly. He sits within the sanctorium and reports directly to Elder Rowan.
If I could get in to speak to him, that would really set my mind at ease, I think. Is there any information you need from me? If it helps, I don't wish to speak it because it seems rather too holy for my tongue, but I do know the demon's name.
If you provided me with a name, I could ensure that Dunville could at least confirm his ability to assist prior to scheduling the meeting.
And this would be a private correspondence, yes?
Of course.
Glass is thinking about it. Yeah, fuck it, we ball. Her name is Azrael.
Azrael. All right. Well, Iris, I will write a letter immediately to Preceptor Dunville, and if you attend service, later in the week, I should have an answer for you.
Of course. I'll come back on whatever Thursday is called here.
We'll say Dust Day is the day that or maybe. So there's 6 days in a week. And we decided which day. Actually, so there's Market Day, Home Day, Commission Day, Requiem, Dust Day, and Carillion.
A Requiem sounds like a good one.
All right, let's go with Requiem.
Commission Day sounds like everyone's getting paid that day.
Yeah, that seems like work day.
Those are the days that's the day that new ships are traditionally launched.
Ah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Requiem sounds like a word the church would use.
Yeah. Market Day is the day that like new wares are put out at like public traders.
When the market rolls over in Tarkov, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Home Day is the day that prisoners are usually released from Ironhook.
That's the Sabbath.
Commission Day is the day new ships are launched. Requiem is the day that wills and testaments are traditionally prosecuted at Charter Hall, and we'll go with that's the day that things are.
This is a weird way to structure your calendar.
Yeah,
Dust
the
Day.
But
The
hey,
fact
things
that
happen
there's an
weekly.
entire day devoted to release from prison tells you that there's something wrong with this society.
Yeah. Dust Day is the day when the food stores are usually running thin for the poor by the end of the week.
Wow, they named a whole day for that, huh?
And Carillion is the day where most like operas and symphonies perform.
It's when the god of the elves comes to visit.
The 6 things that are most important to track during the week.
Well, so the days have names. I did a lot of research in this. This is the closest I get to days. Like these are the days that they have during the week. But yeah, they don't. It's what I'm going with.
But are
'cause it's what I
those
found in the
like
book.
every week? They're like, okay, did anyone die? We got new wills to execute
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I can respect it. I love a good schedule.
Yeah.
I'll come back on Requiem because that sounds dramatic.
Let's go with Requiem.
Right,
Okay.
I'll be back this week's Requiem.
Excellent. I look forward to seeing you then.
Yes, thank you again, Preceptor. It really means the world to me.
Anything I can do to help. Be pure, my child.
Thank you. Is it and with your spirit?
Yeah. No.
And
not
also
your
with you.
spirit. And fuck your spirit.
and and fuck your spirit.
May your spirit be wrenched from your corporeal form.
So be-
May your
And
spirit
lose
be
your
wrecked.
spirit.
I'm
May
just
your
gonna say
wretched
thank you.
Spirit be lost to the depths.
You too.
I just say thank you.
Yeah, that's fine.
I didn't realize how aggressively opposite it was until the words came out of my mouth.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, wait, no.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is exactly opposite, pretty much. Okay, well, that's done. So we'll follow back up on that later. I think that's where we're gonna end our session for tonight, though.
Sit your friend down and tell them you need to have a talk. Reveal to them that you have not been straightforward in the past however long since last this transgression has expired. Make sure to have snacks on hand, or... Sorry, no, that's it.
If it has been between 1 day and 6 weeks, turn to chapter 1. If it has been between 6 weeks and 6 months, turn to chapter 2.
Longer than
flip,
that,
flip, flip,
turn
flip.
to...
Longer than that,
flip.
you're going to have
Yeah.
to buy the second book.
It's just it's such an interesting thing too, because it's not like they're not preaching like immorality. Like there's still a level of morality because that's like how they keep society. It's not like they're like go out and murder people and have a lot of sex and do a bunch of drugs.
It's very like going clear. Like
Yeah. It's don't do anything that like your natural impulses are like your body's. It's like the things your spirit wants you to do, don't do those things. It's like any desire you have is probably due to your spirit, and you should ignore that.
and not your actual like physical body.
Yeah. That's weird.
It's a little Scientologist.
Well, it's also that like, and the thing I love about Blazing Star 2 is they keep it vague. Like we could really
Yeah.
interpret all they want. I could make it a big orgy church. I'm just going a different direction from that based on my interpretation of the little bit of stuff that the book gives you.
Your loss.
Yeah.
It is interesting.
That just like the whole track of like going clear in like Scientology and stuff like just really like
Yeah, it
keeps
is
sticking
kinda-
out to me.
Yeah. We'll lean more like Scientology adjacent.
Which we can do because this is a fantasy world
Yeah.
where everything is fake.
Exactly. Let's do our end of session questions, our advancement. So desperate actions. I think we only had one today.
Yes.
So I think that was Grackle. So make sure you mark your XP for that. Playbook specific XP trigger.
I did violently leave
Yeah.
that place.
You did. You specifically were like, I'm gonna get out by punching people. So
I didn't even think of that. Good for me. I got experience for that shit.
The thing I did was mayhem adjacent, so I'll do that.
Knowledge and
Plus-
arcane power. I get
Used
two.
to-
I get two, right?
Sure. Well, because you definitely used arcane power both to find the ledger at the beginning, which we are going to follow up on the ledger and all that sort of stuff. I assume
sure, yeah.
week, or on Tuesday when Sid's back. I just figured we wouldn't get into the next heist.
No, yeah, I
planning
didn't want to get
if we
into
didn't have
into
to.
the meat of that until we had
Yeah.
everybody. But
And
and then I
think
helped
too.
Fume summon a demon, even though it
That's
wasn't the right
true.
demon.
And then you started looking for knowledge on this demon. So awesome. You expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
That me. I did that.
I think we all did that.
Yeah, I think so. I think we got at least. Yeah, I think everybody got into that today. Definitely.
At least drives. I think the drives were present today.
Yeah. And you struggle with issues from your vice or traumas.
I also did that.
Grackle.
Yo!
Yeah.
Overindulge. So two of us out of the four have overindulged now.
It's
Don't
pretty
worry.
funny.
Yeah.
I'll
I'm
do
doing it
one
again. I'm absolutely doing it again. You cannot stop me.
No, we're gonna
Yeah.
keep doing it.
I've had a taste.
I mean, it specifically says like overindulging
First one's
does
free.
count for the like because normally like indulging your vice doesn't count, but overindulging does. So if y'all just overindulge every session,
Well, yeah, it's
you
because
can-
it
Our levels.
inevitably like the way it's built is that it is going to cause you a problem.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, it is.
I leveled up.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
Cool. Let's do our crew.
The crew. I'm ready.
Go for it.
Execute a successful espionage, sabotage, or theft. Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. It's not a question this time. Contend with challenges above your current station. This was not, right? Because we were the
No,
No,
same
I
tier.
don't really
Pretty equal.
think. Yeah, this was same tier, this job, and then nothing really outside. I mean, y'all are dealing with demons, but it's not that that's outside of your station. There's just like,
They're the ones coming down to us.
yeah, well,
We're not
I
doing it as a
take that-
crew.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that like you didn't really tangle with them. Like you're not really like if you were trying to like trap a demon or like kill a demon or something, maybe. But
Yeah.
making deals with them, I don't know. I'm convincing myself otherwise.
It just says contend with.
Yeah,
We haven't
Fuck
dealt
it.
with the
go for
repercussions
it.
of
You can
dealing
take it.
with the-
You are specifically like making deals with demons and stuff right now.
All
So I
right,
think
well, that's level up for the crew, everybody.
that's fair. Well, damn.
But we'll roll over. Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one.
What are your reputations again?
We are flamboyant and loyal. I don't think we really got into it this time.
No, you really didn't do anything super flamboyant, and
very
there was
in and
nothing.
out, yeah.
Nothing I would classify as loyal today.
Okay. Express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew.
I think we do that every episode, don't
We really do that every episode.
Yeah, I mean, this one it specifically says in the book like this one is broad. Did anything happen that highlighted the specific elements of what makes your crew unique?
I mean, I think everybody getting out of that situation in their own way. and
Yeah,
coming back together. That's really how this crew works, right? It's like we all do our own bullshit, and then we regroup and say, okay, how'd we do?
yeah. I think that's, you guys are not like, you're more like 4 equals than you are like, one person in charge of the crew. This isn't like an Ocean's 11 kind of thing where y'all are like, you got one boss that's telling you what to do and
We
everybody's
do
kind of
defer to Salome a lot, but
You do, but Salome doesn't like it.
she's not like our boss.
I think Grackle is the one that really is the only one that really like, I'm going to do what Salome says no matter what.
Yeah.
The rest of you are kind of like, take that under advisement.
Okay.
That sounds pretty sound. We'll see how this plays out.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, we did roll
I
over.
appreciate your input.
We did level up. So
Yes.
somebody remember
That we leveled up.
before next time, because we got to pick some new crew stuff.
That means you get
I'll-
some
I'll-
stash.
I'll type it in the crimes.
So each PC gets stash equal to crew tier plus 2. So everybody gets 3 stash.
3 stash.
Oh shit.
Do you want to just put that on Sid's sheet?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and put Sid. I'm not giving Sid you only get XP if you're here, but I will give Sid the stash stuff. So,
Oh, guess what, fellas?
Whoa.
I just filled out meager.
Yeah, I'm one off from filling out meager.
I also filled out meager. Congrats, everyone.
We're modest. We're modest living.
Well, I guess I'll spend the coin. I'm modest now.
We're
Oh.
in the money.
Sid must not. Or I guess if she put some in her stash from this.
Because
How do you add to stash?
You have to add it. You have to use the
You have to
plus to
coin.
add it to coin, and then you have to use the
Then-
little
yeah.
switch button to switch it into stash.
Yes, that. What they said.
Those 3.
Was I supposed to add coin to my... Or were you guys handing out coin? Was I supposed to add something?
Put a stash.
You were supposed to add 3 to your stash.
3
for
stash.
To my
advancing.
stash.
Yes.
Well, I've got
you have
3
3
coin
stashes
above my meager. I've got 3 into meager.
Okay. So, okay. I'm just making sure. So 2 of you are have fully completed meager now.
Yes.
And then 2 people are Salome is 2 off. She could complete it if she moves them for coin next session, and then Grackle is on the lower end of meager.
Living that meager lifestyle, y'all.
I'm about to be modest.
Yeah.
Oh,
Y'all are moving
My
on
next
up.
stash will be in modest. I've got so much money.
Glass, look what I found. It's my old severance package.
Do you think they'll still pay that out?
Only one way to find out. They cash it in. They do pay it out.
They do.
Oh, crap.
To avoid a lawsuit.
Yeah, y'all haven't really drawn much from your stashes, have you?
No.
Well,
We
it's
haven't-
because when you draw out of stash,
It
It's
takes
2
2.
for
yeah.
one.
2,
It's
yeah.
less. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 2 for every 1 coin. No, I keep enough coin in my pocket
To
to
use it if you need to.
Yeah.
It really does disincentivize you from digging into your stash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will say,
More of an
especially
in
for
case of
like
emergencies.
yeah, for chat and stuff, like I think a lot of the money management, I think individually, is definitely happening behind the scenes.
Yeah. Very cool.
Saving up.
Well, all right. I think that's it. Let's do stars and wishes. And did we put any quotes on the sheet?
I
today?
put one.
I'd put one too.
Okay, great. I'll review those while y'all do stars and wishes.
Please
Van, you want to go first?
Yeah, I will. Because I wanna get my star out there. Because towards the end of the session, it changed. Because obviously I was gonna star. Nah, just checking. Which I did put on the quote sheet. But I do actually want to give a star to Grackle. For the little speech that she gave. To Melvier. That like he's taken everything from me. But what really got me about it was that initial admission of like, I don't remember what he looks like. I don't remember what he sounds like. It was just so real. In a game where we do like kind of oscillate between like very silly bullshit and like very real sort of like heavy stuff, it just like hit me straight in the chest. Like, it was so good. It was so well delivered. It was so like simple and so real. And it just like that. I don't remember what he looks like. It just got me. It really got me. So well done on that. It was wonderful. And it just felt, I don't know. It was that one of those moments where like another character felt very like lived in. I don't know. I thought it was really beautiful and it really got me. So well done on that. My wish. My wish is just I want to get wrapped up in this church shit. I thought about it sort of in the moment. I thought about like, how much am I going to tell this guy? How far am I going to go? And I gotta go. I gotta take this path. The road less traveled by. I gotta go. Take me to church. That's my wish. Take me to church.
All right. We'll see how that goes. Hey, man. RJ.
When you're walking on a beach and you turn back, you see two sets of footprints. One was yours and one was your demon. Oh, God. So if you're not going to do it, I will. Hey, is that Ulf Ironborn? Just checking.
Nah, just checking.
Nah, just
That
checking.
shit fucking...
That was
like-
also like so real though.
Yeah, oh my God. That was so good.
I literally cried.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
That killed me.
That was like... we just started, first round, the bell goes, and Danae comes out swinging.
Danae did a lot of work today.
Yeah.
A lot of work.
A lot of
today.
work.
As it turns out, I use Salome as an excuse to hide. I hide behind Salome. I'm like, hey, Salome, you do things.
We forced her out into
Don't-
the open today.
Don't hide your southern under a bushel.
I was gonna say, don't hide your grackles under a bushel.
Yeah.
Because
Don't
they'll
sell
just
your
burst
saddle?
out and start stealing your coins.
Two grackles in the hand are worth. Wait, hold
5 coins in the bush.
on. There's something here. Hold
3
on.
grackles and a trench coat are worth.
Yep. There you go. That's it. We got there.
2 coin.
As many as they can get their beak on.
Uh,
My wish. Oh, man.
Nah, just checking.
Yeah, nah, just checking. I kind of want Fume to go to church, too. That's
damn.
going to be really funny for multiple reasons.
I am definitely gonna tell Fume that I went.
You what? How dare you go to the church without me? That sounded funny.
That's what I thought you'd say. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Yeah,
on
we'll talk
Tuesday.
about it. Yeah.
Awesome. I think Wings. Just
Oh
you?
yeah. Sorry, I'm just there's something missing here. I am going to. I got a couple of things to star. I I really liked the gunfight right at the end because it really did surprise me. I was like, oh shit, yeah, no, of course that's what happens. He's being attacked on his own turf. He would just turn his men on Ulf Ironborn for getting pressured like that. And it was fun. I liked that. The other thing is I don't even really know who to attribute this to because you all got like a hand on that ball. But fucking just characterizing Moonshine as like this gambling, drinking, smoking problem child. I didn't have anything to do with that. That was all you guys.
Yeah, I will
But-
say I think Val started that a couple of
Dude, I
sessions
did.
Chewing
ago.
on a cigar, that's right.
Well, started it a couple of sessions ago, where you established that the Grackle that was watching me was a little drunk.
Oh
Little
yeah, yeah. And then it was today. It was gambling.
Yeah.
At the ticket.
Yeah,
And
I think
it's
Val cracked the door for
Yeah.
that, and then the rest of us just barreled through it.
It's just.
Uh,
Listen, I was the one at the beginning that said that I'm not going to let you do ridiculous and stupid
I
things with
know.
your
Yeah,
Grackle.
you said.
So funny to me.
and then the problem is the comedian side of me was like, it's right there.
It's
I
so
gotta do
funny.
it. It's gonna be funny.
I mean, it's established in the real world that like birds like that, you know,
Birds,
yeah,
they
they
have
understand
strong,
commerce.
yeah, they
Yeah.
understand. They have strong personalities. Like they,
my rule from now on is going to be the Grackles can do anything as long as it's
As
funny.
long as
as long as it's funny.
If it makes me laugh, then yes, the Grackle can do it.
it's laugh rule.
Could we weekend at Bernie's Cobb using grackles on
Using
wires?
Grackles, just like a marionette, like it's a bunch of strings tied to Cobb, and they're flying above in like perfect unison, trying to. Oh my god! Yeah,
That's actually horrifying. Not
But
funny.
you laughed, so the answer is yes.
Yeah, laugh rule. Oh, you're gonna regret this.
It was the way that I was. I mean, it's the same thing to when I was describing them picking up their winnings in the trench coat, and RJ
Yeah.
came up with the idea of they grab their trench coat.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so fucking funny.
Oh,
And the
so
fact
good.
that like Moonshine is just the instigator and all of this. That,
Yeah,
like
Moonshine is the leader of the Grackles now.
that's the other thing is that whenever like the Grackles are doing something ridiculously silly, you know, that we're doing laugh roll for, Moonshine is behind it. He's
Yeah.
he's the one who does that. Yeah. A wish. I have no desires. I'm so happy with story and everything going forward. I'm excited for Tuesday. I'm
Me too.
that I'll use that. It's a cop out. I'm excited for Tuesday.
Well, if your wish is to have more Blades in the Dark in 1 week, oh boy, let me tell you. Yeah. So as thank you, Wings. For
All right, the
that,
music is still like very spooky.
this is my like default music. Hold on, I'll turn it back to Where Is Your God now.
I love Where Is Your God Now.
Yeah, so the next time we'll be live, or the next time we'll be here streaming this game, playing Blades in the Dark, will be on Tuesday. We're doing a couple of makeup games because people are going to be busy for the next couple Saturdays. Oh, I'm going to be busy for the next couple Saturdays. And I don't like missing games. So we are going to be playing this coming Tuesday at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. So come join us for that. It'll be a shorter session. We won't be doing our the full 4 hours. We normally have the luxury of doing on Saturdays, but we're gonna get to play. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So come join us there, and then we will be gone for the week after that, and be back on the 30th. And then the 3rd. So we'll be back to our normal schedule starting at the 3rd of January, I believe. Or was somebody gone on the 3rd? I don't remember. I think everyone's here.
Everyone's here, I believe.
Yeah.
We can litigate the schedule later.
Yeah. 16th, 30th, 3rd. If you're marking your calendars, since you want to watch more Blades, join us for that. I'll also go ahead and plug, if you want to watch a lot of Blades in the Dark, join us tomorrow over on the Hack Recklessly channel. You can see me running another Blades in the Dark game. We're running a little mini series. I think it's going to be like 2 sessions, maybe 3. I don't know. It just kind of depends. We're be running the crew there through a heist of their own.
I'll be there.
Yeah, that one will probably be a bit different because they're doing like a more cinematic kind of like miniseries thing. So it's just gonna be like one heist they're gonna be doing. It's gonna be less of this kind of like behind the scenes things. But I think it'll be a lot of fun. So come hang out with us for that. Yeah, Van will be there as well as other familiar faces. So thank you everyone out there for watching. Really appreciate you being here and engaging in the chat. So we had some new people in the chat here today, and thank you to my lovely players for making this game a joy to run as always. We will see you all in 3 days and until next time, good game and good night, internet.